So, Hallöchen. Wunderschönen guten Tag, guten Abend. Willkommen zur Show von Xbox, Bethesda und Square Enix. Hallo, 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 hallo. Buffmorda, Dragon King, Igor, Gulabi, Mr. Freeze, King Chris, Hannes. Buffmorda hatte ich schon, Jensemann, hallo. Daniel Stahl natürlich auch. Dante 13, einen wunderschönen guten Tag. Seid herzlich willkommen, genauso wie Chaos Pipes. Hallo. Wie geht's? Traum der Finsternisbeleuchtung, gut? Hallo. Hey Christian. So, Bot fährt hoch. Damit ihr schönartig eure Watchtime bekommt. Ich würde gleich mal in Korruption reingucken, ob das irgendwie wieder geht. Warum das nicht geht, muss ich mal gucken hier. Ja, mal gucken. Mein Wunsch wurde schon erfüllt mit Elden Ring, Dante. So. Minigames. Dragon King, wo übertragen die denn? Welchen Sender? Weißt du das? Elder Scrolls. Oh, ich habe gehört, es soll nur, wenn die wollen was zu Starfield bringen, Bethesda. Aber Elder Scrolls und alles andere, was kommt, soll hinten angestellt werden. Also der Fokus von Bethesda liegt bei Starfield in dieser E3. Hey Vanessa. YouTube, Xbox, danke Dragon King. So, Korruption, zack. Achso, seht ihr das schon? Was ich hier mache? Nee, gut. Mal gucken hier. Korruption hier. Oh, das ist alles okay, das sind nur die Prozente. Ah, vielleicht ist das hier einfach nur. Join Info. Regular. Relay. So. Nee. Eigentlich müsste das so sein. Schwupps, da war ich ganz kurz weg, warum auch immer. Hey Blinky. Eistee Luca natürlich auch. Kommt Starfield auch für PlayStation? Weiß ich nicht. Das weiß ich nicht. Probiert mal jetzt Korruption, bitte. Was? Nee. War diesmal nicht. So. Geht doch. Korruption geht wieder, Leute. Glückwunsch. Ihr könnt wieder Korruption machen. Achso, jetzt muss ich den Cooldown runtersetzen, weil das ja für jeden Nutzer gilt. Moment. So, jetzt könnt ihr loslegen hier. Hey, Lina. So, Xbox meint ihr, ja? Ja. Ich schalte schon mal rüber, aber ein besseres Bild als hier. Hey, Satan. So. Ich gehe auf Vollbild, damit wir den 20.000 Leute-Chat da nicht sehen, weil das ist ja, da wirst du ja verrückt. Bei dem Showcase dieser Chat, wisst ihr? So. Ey, Püppel. Ich schalte um. Sollte natürlich nicht ganz so weit am Rand sitzen. So vielleicht. Hey Chris. Wenn ich jetzt jemanden übersehen habe, tut's mir leid. Sitzt er immer noch? Achso, ich sollte noch Übergang drücken. So ist besser. So. Leute, ihr könnt Korruption wieder machen, ne? Also nicht wundern. So sind ja zweimal offen. Einmal reicht. So war der Bot jetzt hier zweimal offen. Ach so, scheiße. Ich habe den vorhin gar nicht ausgemacht. Klassiker. So. Ja, ich habe ja zweimal offen, weil ich schon vorhin nicht ausgemacht habe und vorhin neu gestartet habe. Beim Stream. Ah. Wie geht's euch? Erzählt. Irgendwas Spannendes erlebt? In den paar Stunden, wo wir uns nicht gesehen haben, weil wir hatten ja vorhin Retro-Sonntag gehabt. Bis gleich, Jensemann. So, habt ihr irgendwelche Vorfreuden bei dieser Show? WTF, jetzt ist der Countdown wieder nach oben gegangen. Seht ihr das? Nichts Spannendes, mein Dragon King. Was hast du für eine Eissorte gegessen vorhin? Dragon King? Christian lässt sich überraschen. Drachenfrucht. Was ist denn das? Granatapfel oder was ist das? Was ist denn das? Du machst aber auch alles kaputt. Warum? Was mache ich kaputt? Dragon King. Lass mich in Ruhe, bitte. Danke für die sehr weise Antwort. Jetzt weiß ich, dass es eine Frucht ist, aber ist das... Heißt das nicht Granatapfel auch? Selbst der Countdown geht wieder hoch, ja. 24/7 immer das Gleiche. Was ist denn das Dunbuff-Modder? Wie heißt denn das? Hey, Christiane. Drachenfrucht ist eine eigene Frucht. Okay, kenn ich gar nicht. Nadine, Hallöchen. Ganz kurz mal. Muss noch mal ganz kurz umschalten hier bei euch. Weil ich was gucken muss. Wirklich der Spots. Ja, der hat das nämlich nicht gespeichert. Das war klar. Hab nicht auf Speichern gedrückt, ich Depp. Moment. Jetzt. Wählt mal jetzt, Hannes. War nix, Hallöchen. Hallo Japan-Fan. Hannes, probier mal. Oder irgendjemand Korruption, bitte. Gerade eben bei Blinky hat's noch gegangen, aber da war der Bot zweimal auf mich, Depp. Elder Scrolls 6 habe ich gehört, soll nicht kommen. Gerade eben hat's doch noch funktioniert bei Blinky. Was ist denn da los, Blinky? Moment, ich probiere es mal bei mir. Hat doch gerade eben noch funktioniert. Übung. Cooldown. Nee, Cooldown war ja gar nicht an. Probiert's mal jetzt. Ein paar Minuten haben wir ja noch, bis es losgeht. Probiert mal jetzt irgendjemand. Das gibt's doch gar nicht. Gerade eben ging's doch noch. Nee, die Ränge heißen gleich, war nix. Die Ränge heißen gleich. Ich muss den Bot neu starten? Gibt zwar gar keinen Sinn, aber man weiß ja nie. Ich starte den Bot mal neu. Moment. Noch 9 Minuten haben wir. Nee, Populi ist einfaches Volk, war nix. Das ist der erste Rang. Der unterste Rang. Hey Jason. Ich habe sogar drauf reagiert, Evil Raider. Gibt's auch einen Stream von. Bin sehr gespannt, ja. So, Minigames. Probiert's mal jetzt, bitte. André, danke. Probiert's mal jetzt, bitte. Knuddeln geht doch, Nadine. Ich hab den Bot gerade erst hochgefahren. Ach, hier. Huch. Ich stepp. Wartet mal. Jetzt? Probier's mal jetzt. Hey Nils. Sternfalke, Hallöchen. Ah, jetzt geht's. Jetzt geht's. War nichts, wurde verpfiffen. Jetzt muss ich den Cooldown nur auf 0 setzen, damit jeder das machen kann und nicht immer warten muss. Deswegen ist Japan-Fan seins nicht. Aber der Cooldown ist jetzt auf 0, das heißt, jetzt müsste es jeder machen können. Zu jeder beliebigen Zeit. So, ich schalte rüber. Wieso geht denn das manchmal und manchmal nicht? Das verstehe ich nicht. Jetzt wurde Pippel verpfiffen. Aber Hannes zum Beispiel wurde gar nicht angezeigt. So, wieder ein Skandal hier, wartet mal. Ich habe keine Ahnung, was das sein soll hier. Keine Ahnung. Vielleicht muss ich das erst einpendeln oder was, ich weiß es nicht. Sollte schon funktionieren nach einer Weile. Müssen wir immer wieder probieren, ist ja jetzt auch nicht so wichtig. So, Spiele geil, Hallöchen. Bis gleich, Lina. Bin gespannt, was kommt. Ja, mal gucken, Sternfalke. Ja, das hoffen wir alle, Evil Raider. Irgendwas zu Starfield soll kommen. Machen... Ah, jetzt ging's, Hannes. Okay. Also jetzt scheint's zu gehen. Also laut Dragon King kommt weder was zu Elder Scrolls 6 noch zu irgendeinem möglichen Fallout 5, wenn überhaupt eins kommt. Je. Pippel, 2,30, dankeschön. Danke für den geilen Sticker. Herzchen rein für Pippel. Moment. Okay. Sehr schön. Danke. Hast du was, Japan-Fan, auf was du dich freust? Hoffe auf ein neues Killer-Instinct, wird aber nicht passieren. Oder Fallout 4 für die Switch. Gibt's nicht Fallout 4 schon für die Switch? Bärenfalke? Ich bin mal gespannt, was zu Starfield kommt. Immer drauf, Hallöchen. Das ist ja schon ewig in der Entwicklung. Seit 5 Jahren bestimmt schon. Ist ja schon ewig angekündigt, dieses Starfield. Ach nee, Skyrim war das, ne? Ach nee, Quatsch, ich verwechsel das mit VR. Entschuldigung. Verwechsel das mit VR. VR ist Fallout 4 und Skyrim. Alles klar, Doktor, bis gleich. 2 Minuten hast du noch, dann geht die Show los. Bis gleich, Doktor. Lars, Hallöchen. Doktor schläft erstmal hier die ganze Zeit. Wisst ihr, wer vorhin da war, Leute? Shirlaya war vorhin da. Beim Retro-Sonntag-Stream heute Mittag. Für die, die vorhin nicht da waren und es nicht wissen. Shirlaya war vorhin da. Hoffentlich kommen nicht noch mehr blöde Ritterspiele. Ritterspiele wären auch geil, Blinky. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, aber das ist ja natürlich hier kein Studio dafür. Das ist schön, Doktor. Fallout fürs Handy, ja, das ist natürlich der Brüller dann. Let's have a look, Leute. Let's have a look. Und vergesst dann eure Däumchen bitte nicht. Ich kann nichts für den Inhalt der Show. Weder positiv noch negativ. So, geht los. Ich mach den Sound aus. So, viel Spaß. MK40, Hallöchen. Evli, Hallöchen. Das war die Show, Leute. Wie hat's euch gefallen? War gut? Ja, ne? Immer wieder neu, lustig.
20 years.
Oh, Torwart.
That's how long Xbox has been with us. And like you, this is a moment I always look forward to. I love seeing the new games, crossing my fingers for my favorites to return, hoping for a few surprises. Most of all, though, I love seeing everyone around the world come together and celebrate what games mean to all of us. And I think, you know, this past year, they've meant even more. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for the support you give us and one another.
Warum nervös?
Xbox is turning 20. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the friendships we've had that whole time. At Bethesda, we believe
Elden Ring war ich nur nervös, Evli.
one thing better than anything else. They transport us. Through art and technology, there's real magic when you step into a new world and can make it your own. We've traveled the worlds of Elder Scrolls, of Fallout, and now, for the first time
Starfield.
in over 25 years, we're creating a new universe with Starfield.
Let's go.
Set hundreds of years in our future, it's an epic about hope, our shared humanity, and answering our greatest mystery. It's a game we've dreamt of playing, and it wasn't until now that we have the hardware, the technology, and the team who's hard at work at home to make that dream a reality. We're excited to finally share our first in-game teaser and something to look forward to.
Constellation Starship Frontier. We have you on scanners.
Noch ein bisschen lauter bei euch.
Performing remote systems check. Helium-3 tanks checked. Seals are intact. We are still go.
They say, the wonder is, not that the field of stars is so vast, but that we have measured it. You're part of Constellation now. Part of our family.
Starfield,
What
Sternfalke.
you've found, it's the key to unlocking everything.
We reach your constellation.
Ich hoffe auch mit Gameplay.
This is all we've been working towards.
Jemison route looks good.
We've come to the beginning of humanity's final journey.
Prepare for departure. Graviton loop array full. Check. Your space lane is clear.
That's why we're here.
Main engines go. Ignition.
To discover what's out there.
Good luck, Constellation. You are go for launch.
Ja, also da hätten sie ein bisschen mehr hätten sie jetzt schon zeigen können. Release Date oder irgendwas? Oh, im Game Pass sogar drinne. Ist sogar im Game Pass enthalten, wenn es rauskommt. Am 11.11.2022. Das ist noch 1,5 Jahre hin. WTF. Eisenort, Hallöchen.
It is awesome to share with you for the very first time one of the most anticipated games in the world from Todd Howard and the team at Bethesda Game Studios. A groundbreaking game. And yes, it's exclusive. Welcome to the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase. I am so excited and proud to be here today celebrating games because although it's been an incredibly tough year, I am grateful that games have been such an important source of joy and connection.
Xbox exklusiv anscheinend.
We are committed to forging the next era of gaming, conjuring worlds never before possible, unlocking play across all devices, and delivering the power of games to everyone. And now, we get to share that quest with Bethesda, not just as partners, but as one team, united in bringing the very best games to more people everywhere.
Komisch, was meinst du,
So
Buffmodder?
today, we get to reveal more of what's to come. We have an amazing show, 30 titles, 27 in Xbox
Japan, Final
Game
Fantasy
Pass.
16 für
And
dich
of course,
heute? Square
every
Enix
single
Show?
console title you'll see today is optimized for Xbox Series X and S, offering next-gen performance, speed, and features. We get to work with the best studios on Earth. Next is something truly riveting. The latest entry in the haunting and evocative franchise created by GSC Game World, Stalker
2.
Coming first to Xbox Series consoles and PC. This will be a true next-gen
Das Spiel meinst du, ja,
targeting
Buffmodder.
4K resolution and ray tracing. Let's take a look at what you'll get to play when it launches next year.
Mein erstes Final Fantasy, wo ich sage, jetzt hole ich mir Japan-Fan wegen Mittelalter. Jetzt erstmal Stalker 2, Leute. Für alle Metro-Fans vielleicht was ganz Gutes.
Ну, чё там?
Готово.
Ну и пошли они нахрен.
Спасибо тебе. Ты многим сталкерам жизнь спас.
Ну, давай, малюй картину маслом.
Hey, Mr. Caster.
Вот поэтому я ни в какие разборки и не лезу. Не хочу.
Ja, ich höre das auch.
поймать.
Mr. Freeze.
Ну не знаю.
Nicht ganz
Между
synchron
аномалией
ist das
и
hier.
маслиной
Aber
я уж лучше пулю
nur
выберу.
eine halbe Sekunde oder so. Na lecker. Anomalie, hä?
Вот ты говоришь, а я прям вижу красоту эту. Не первый год в зоне, вроде примелькалась уже, а каждый день удивляет.
Зона надоесть не может. Говорят, ты знаешь, где вход в фундамент.
Узнаешь мотив? Слышал? Вот это культура! А ты одно и то же по кругу лобаешь.
Сам же просишь. У меня музучилище, если что.
О, месье, прошу прощения.
Ich glaube, das ist nur beim Release dann nicht mehr Dragon King. Da kannst du auf Deutsch oder Englisch stellen, bestimmt.
Лабораторию найдут.
Ja, der hat voll an Tschernobyl leid.
Да пошел ты.
Зря ты так с друзьями. Ты же его на вылазки таскаешь.
Macht es Ranking.
Чего? А дружбы в зоне я точно не встречал.
Это верно.
Он мучился?
Нет.
Это хорошо.
Нет, блядь.
Он этого не заслужил.
Ey,
А
Kulle.
пулю заслужил. Жаль, что ты так с ним поступил.
Мне тоже. Считаешь, я не думал, как обойтись без его смерти? Она не могла быть свободна, пока он жил. Зато теперь посмотри на нее. Нет, Скиф, я не отдам ее никому. Зона дала мне жизнь, новую жизнь. Жизнь, которую я готов вернуть, если потребуется. Я буду защищать ее. Всегда.
Coole Waffe.
Охренеть.
Похоже, пора.
И куда ты теперь?
В Припять. Нужно с ним поговорить.
Удачной охоты, сталкер.
April 22. Auch im Game Pass drin. Auch im Game Pass drin. Eieiei.
We're surviving here.
Back for Blood, hä?
Surviving's not enough.
Oder?
We've got to fight. No, we don't need to do anything. All right, when was the last time you saw written in any numbers? All of my best friends like to go and get up. When they talk about our lives, they never got to hang in there, Holly. Get high with your best friends. No rest for the wicked. Let's go. Through here. Come on.
God, I love Mondays. Another day in paradise.
Just like all of my. Run. Get high with your best friend.
Ups, da war er Matsch. Mal gucken, ob die was zum neuen Indiana Jones bringen. Aber wäre noch ein bisschen zu früh, ne?
Buckle up, buttercups.
Haben wir erst angefangen damit.
We've got one shot. Let's make it count. Over here.
Auch im Game Pass. 12. Oktober, dieses Jahr noch. Oh, Xbox-Konsole exklusiv. Ruckelt ganz schön. Das ist nicht nur bei mir, bei euch so, sondern auch bei mir. Eine gute Cutscene. Ist das Indiana Jones? Nee, ich dachte schon. Wegen dem Schatz in der Mitte da auf der Karte, wisst ihr? Nee, noch nicht in Jahreswelt. Ist noch nichts bekannt. Nur, dass es entwickelt wird. Von den Machern von Doom auch. Contraband? Kennt die? Was ist denn das? Das kenne ich gar nicht. Sea of Thieves ist klar. Hatashi, Hallöchen. Dante. Klassiker. Neuer Sea of Thieves Season, ne? Mit Tauchen? War das vorher auch schon? Jetzt muss ich irgendwann mal spielen mit euch auch.
You must start by saving the life of one.
Oh, didn't realize we had company. Captain Jack Sparrow.
Nee, Jack Sparrow hier.
But I suspect you already knew that.
Sea of Thieves macht mit Disney was, oder?
Treasure Jack stole. A darkness followed him here. And if it's not stopped, this world will sink into shadow.
This sea holds many secrets.
Das ist doch ein komplett zweiter Teil, oder?
A new body at last.
All I can do is show you the way.
From what I hear of this so-called Sea of Thieves, it's nothing but cursed crews.
Das ist doch ein komplett neuer Teil.
Bloodthirsty mermaids. A legion of dead, angry pirates. Oh yes. And now one Davy Jones. Hello! Well, I believe that now is the perfect time to use these cannons.
A world without the eternal abyss. Is a world that refuses to face the truth. Nothing lasts forever. Destroy them!
I don't suppose, by chance, there's a second one of those? The Sea of Thieves, eh? Bring me that horizon.
Sea of Thieves, A Pirate's Life. Ach, da haben sie einen Story-Modus eingebaut. Am 22. Juni. Gratis. In 9 Tagen. Gratis. Haben sie Singleplayer-Story eingebaut. Wie geil ist das denn? Ich glaube, ich mal reingucken.
Hey, how's it going?
Yakuza.
Let's do this!
Reputation is everything. If a Yakuza shows weakness, he's done.
Time to call a friend!
9 Tagen, Japan. WTF?
What the? Happy birthday!
Auch im Game Pass. Oh, Pre-Offer. Multiplayer mit.
Attention all squads.
Nice.
The Russian troops are falling back. Do whatever you can to secure the sector. We push them back, but not far enough. Do not let them regroup.
Bei Battlefield. Ich kann mir vorstellen, dass dann hier wieder die Leute diese Battle Royale Modus, also diese Battle Royale Spieler, das wieder rauf und runter spielen werden hier. Oder diese Capture the Flag Modus und sowas. Entschuldigung, Leute. Chat vielleicht noch. Deutlich besser ist es auch nicht. Sieht ganz schön episch aus, muss ich sagen. Sieht ganz schön episch aus, muss ich sagen. Ui, 22. Oktober, das ist doch bald. Kommt dieses Jahr noch, das Battlefield.
So, how was your day?
Oh, you know.
I have something to share.
What is this, my birthday?
We're having a baby.
Police, you're under arrest for your father's murder 8 years ago.
What's going on?
Shut up! You know what this is.
You've been with me all this time?
Interaktiver Thriller.
I'm out of patience.
What? I know I say this a lot, but I love you.
I say this a lot too, but back at ya.
Das ist nicht mal ein Trailer. ETF. Nils, 100 Stunden. Herzchen rein für Nils. Auf weitere 100 Stunden und noch viel mehr. Schön, dass du bei uns bist. Herzchen rein für Nils.
I can't believe I'm really here. Psychonauts headquarters. Look at all these gadgets.
The mind is the final frontier of humanity.
I'm ready for anything.
Time for justice!
Psychonauts, meint Jensemann?
The fate of the free-thinking world is in your hands.
I'm afraid that means the dead letter office for you.
The mission is falling apart. A psychonaut must always remember how to roll with it.
Ich geh mir ganz kurz mal das Wasser holen, bin gleich wieder da. Was zu trinken holen, das gleich. Hey, Soul Reaper.
Is a mission about the fate of the world. Can you do that?
Yes, if I can find some bacon.
I'm going to ignore that last part.
This is
Hey,
usually
Radar.
the moment when I say hello and welcome to the Bethesda E3 Showcase. We love that we can share the stage with Xbox this year, and whether you've known Bethesda for 35 years or are just getting to know us, we couldn't be happier to bring you the latest on your favorite games. We started this showcase with my good friend Todd Howard, who gave you a first look at Starfield. Along with Bethesda Game Studios, all of our teams are continuing to work on the projects that have been in development since well before we joined the Xbox family. So rest assured, The games you've been expecting and hoping for are still in the works. And today, we're bringing 10 more titles to Game Pass for a total of 30 Bethesda games.
Oui.
That includes several id Software games, like the award-winning Doom Eternal. If you're looking for another reason to play it, Doom Eternal will be optimized for Xbox Series X and S on June 29th. Powered by id Tech, this next-gen upgrade will be free for everyone who owns Doom Eternal. And on Series X, it will offer improved visuals at 60 FPS with ray tracing, a 4K mode, and an optional performance mode up to 120 FPS. Or maybe you're in the mood for an RPG, like Skyrim, which marks its 10th anniversary this November. We can't celebrate it without you, so share your favorite Skyrim memories, stories, artwork, and more on Skyrim10.com. Or explore an ever-changing, post-apocalyptic wasteland in Fallout 76. Everything you love about Fallout games. Custom camp building, rich storylines, warring factions, unique characters, places to discover, you'll find it all here. In fact, Fallout 76 is now one of the most popular games on Game Pass, thanks to an incredibly welcoming and collaborative community. Here's a look at what's coming next in Fallout 76.
Und eine Erweiterung für Fallout 76.
Brotherhood of Steel are the guardians of human civilization. Fort Atlas is safe. It came at a great cost.
The Brotherhood must stand united. The super mutant threat takes priority. This proves more than anything the need for our justice.
You're splitting our forces, Shin. The most important thing is finding everyone that has gone missing and returning them home.
So it comes to this. I thought you understood what that insignia meant. You are no paladin of the Brotherhood.
I set this plan in motion, and I am the only one who can stop it.
The Brotherhood of Steel must protect the future of Appalachia and of the world. Your righteous crusade has gone too far.
While it may seem that we are fractured, I believe that we are now stronger than ever. This is a choice that can never be undone.
Ja, ist ein Online-Spiel, Dante. Ich weiß nicht, ob du mit dem Mods dann das Spiel kaputt machst. Steel Rain, 7. Juli.
What the hell was that? Expedition Squad Delta, report. Over. Squad Delta, what's going on out there? Come on. This isn't funny. I know you can hear me.
Ist das nicht ein Fallout-DLC gewesen, The Pit? Das ist ein Fallout 3 DLC, glaube ich, gewesen, The Pit. Haben wir doch damals gestreamt auch.
The Wasteland isn't the only open-world playground with an amazing community. The Elder Scrolls Online from ZeniMax Online Studios has now surpassed 18 million players and shows no signs of slowing down. Right now, our players are enjoying the new Blackwood chapter, part of the Gates of Oblivion year-long adventure. We've got a lot more to come in ESO,
Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood haben sie übrigens im Schwarzwald aufgenommen. Der spielt im Schwarzwald unten in Freiburg.
The game will deliver a true native experience optimized for the Series X and S.
Ja, war einer, Nils. Und der war schlecht.
It's a new world with new rules. Now, nothing is off the table. Winning this battle will take a new breed of fighter. Wait.
Was ist das denn jetzt? So Marbles on Stream hier, oder wie heißt das? Die Fall Boys, Fall Guys oder sowas? Kann das sein? Was Ähnliches? Wegen Schwarzwald, Mr. Freeze. Blackwood, Schwarzwald. Deswegen habe ich es gesagt. Aber den hat keiner verstanden. Wirst du Blackwood mal anzocken? Ja, ich denke schon mal, Blinky. Flitzer. Das ist doch hier so wie Fall Guys, oder wie heißt das? Party Emerald. Ich fand den gut, Dante. Neues Hades? So, Hades. Das ist Hades. Oder? Ich glaube ja, der hat auch einen Haufen Awards auch gewonnen. Hades.
Try and stop me.
Ja, auch Hannes. Kommt auch in den Game Pass. Nice. Xbox-Version davon. Das könnte wieder was Storymäßiges werden hier. Nee, hier Hensemann. Stand nichts von Nachfolger von irgendwas. Cool. Ich glaube, es wird auch gespielt. So ein Hauch von Little Nightmares hat das. Einen kleinen Hauch. Eine realistischere Version von Little Nightmares kommt mir das vor. Ja gut, Realismus ist ja, wie ich es meine. Summerwill. Cool. Gar nicht so schlecht, oder? Österreich 2-1 gegen wen denn? Hey Patrick.
This holiday marks the 20th anniversary of Xbox.
Hier, Halo.
And the 20th anniversary of Halo. To our millions of passionate fans, thank you.
We wouldn't be here without all of you.
Our goal has always been to bring players together. And for the first time, we're thrilled to offer our entire multiplayer experience to all players across Xbox and PC with no barriers. Halo Infinite Multiplayer will be free to play and invite more of you than ever before to become a Spartan hero.
Nordmazedonien, okay.
I'm excited to be here with Joseph Staten,
Gegen die
the
haben wir noch
creative
verloren.
director of Halo Infinite. From helping craft the original Halo at Combat Evolved to leading the fan favorite Halo 3 ODST, Joseph is a Halo visionary. It is so great to have him back with Halo.
Thank you, Bonnie. And hey, everybody. For us, and I hope many of you, Halo has always been about heroism and wonder, about fighting to keep humanity safe against impossible odds in a beautiful and mysterious sci-fi world. This is just one part of the Zeta Halo ring, the largest, most wide-open environment we've ever built, and we can't wait for you to explore it.
Ich weiß nicht, irgendwie holt mich dieses Halo-Setting nicht ab. Ich weiß nicht warum.
Halo is Spartan 117, the Master Chief. In the next chapter of the Chief's story, you'll face his greatest challenge yet. But you're not alone in the fight.
Oh, the main batteries are shut down. We're stuck out here.
Kommst du jetzt darauf, Dante? Belgien hat gestern gespielt. Jensemann und 3-0 gewonnen.
You have one bullet against an entire army. What can you do on your own?
I told you. It's enough.
So I see.
Irgendwie holt mich das nicht ab. Ich weiß auch nicht. Sieht irgendwie aus wie der Doomslayer, oder? Hier.
I need you to understand. There's not much time.
Hä?
If you knew how you were going to die, you knew how you were going to die. How would you live your life differently? How would you live your life differently?
Ist Sound Delay?
What happened? Where is Cortana?
The rogue AI known as Cortana is gone. She's been deleted.
How? By you?
Of course not. Did you hit your head or something? Don't you remember? My instructions were to enter this installation, imitate Cortana, and lock her down for retrieval. Yours were to take her back to the Infinity for deletion.
Aber ich höre den Delay nicht, Dante. Auch bei Microsoft nicht.
Okay then. There's something else. On successful deployment, my deletion routine was supposed to complete. Still here.
Good.
Good.
Something stopped your deletion. We need to find out why.
But this wasn't the mission.
The missions changed. They always do.
Are you sure?
Of course, you can't have a Halo game without multiplayer. And on Xbox Series X, you'll be able to enjoy Infinite's multiplayer action at up to 120 frames per second.
Okay.
Finally, I'm very happy to announce that Halo Infinite's first free-to-play multiplayer season and Infinite's story-driven campaign will launch together this holiday.
Ui, in diesem Sommer.
A new generation built to fight. Together, we are unstoppable. Are you ready?
Oh, 100 Zuschauer. Dankeschön, Leute. Danke, Leute. Darauf habe ich nicht geachtet. Aber wie gesagt, es liegt dann, wenn dann, an dem Streamer, wie Japan-Fan auch sagt. Wenn dann an den Ausrichter, nicht an den Streamer. Weil Japan-Fan hat ja gestern gemeint, die Ubi Forward, da war das auch so bei einem anderen Streamer.
Maintenance drop inbound.
Also wenn überhaupt, würde ich mich mal an die Halo Singleplayer machen, aber nicht diesen Multiplayer. Das ist gut.
The flag is ours. Please call at your earliest convenience.
Es kommt irgendwie ein Free-to-Play-Multiplayer raus und eine Singleplayer. Eine große Singleplayer-Kampagne. Evil Raider. Hier, Halo Infinite Epic Campaign, das ist die Singleplayer und Free-to-Play ist da der Multiplayer. Diesen Sommer. Auch im Game Pass stand da. Boah, Spinnen, Alter.
Evil has survived.
Blizzard ist das.
Dark figure wanders in the east.
Ist das Diablo?
He must be
Nee,
stopped
glaube ich nicht.
at all costs.
Das ist ein Diablo. Diablo 4 ist das hier, oder? Oder ist das ein Remake vom zweiten Teil? Ist der Remake vom zweiten Teil, ne? Oh. Das wäre nice. Wenn das auf der Xbox kommt, wäre nice. Ja, es ist Remake. Diablo. Das ist das Remake vom zweiten Teil. Ja, was für Tropi.
This may be our darkest hour, but it will be your greatest moment.
Diablo 2. Am 23. September. Nice, Alter. Gut.
These things, where do they come from?
Oh!
From all
Blacktail!
of us.
Blacktail!
From what we do to him.
Blacktail!
Can
Blacktail!
you stop it?
I don't know.
Blacktail!
But he's my brother. And I would die for him.
Blacktail! Ja! Es geht weiter, Leute. Es geht weiter. Blacktail. Jensemann. Jensemann. A Plague Tale Requiem 2022, es geht weiter, Leute. Wusste ich's doch. Hab doch gesagt, es wird eine Trilogie. Und auch im Game Pass. Und willkommen, Doktor im Chat.
It rings every hour, señor presidente.
Na, fuck, Ryzex.
Hola, fascista. I recognize that voice. Let me ask you a question.
Der PC auch, Drinking.
When I am dead and Yara is burning,
What exactly is your plan? Hold hands, sing songs around the fire?
Ja, mit Templer, ne? Jensemann. Das kommt nur auf der Xbox, Christian. Alles, was du hier an Spielen siehst, kommt nur auf der Xbox raus. Und auf dem PC. Christian.
Keep talking.
It's a stealth operation. I got you covered.
Die kommt jetzt Far Cry auch nur für... Kommt Far Cry auch nur für die Xbox? Das glaube ich nicht. September, Lina.
Taking out a high-value target? I have just what you need. You wanna blow shit up? Juan Cortez at your service.
Gerade eben war bei Blacktail stand Konsole exklusiv. Lunch exklusiv. Also, dass es für die Playstation dann erst später kommt. Bei Blacktail. Hier weiß ich es jetzt nicht. Hier kam noch gar nichts. Bei Blacktail stand exklusiv und es war auch kein Playstation-Logo zu sehen.
Next time I see you, I want to play with that crazy backpack here.
Nee, Far Cry 6 meine ich nicht. Ich meine Blacktail, Mr. Freeze. Far Cry 6 weiß ich nicht.
I like how you resolver, Juan.
So do I.
Ja, habt ihr das gesehen? Das Spiel jetzt ist Konsole Lunch Exclusive. Und das stand vorhin auch bei Blacktail da. Bei Far Cry stand das nicht da. Bulle, bei A Plague Tale stand da Lunch Console Exclusive. Das heißt, dass es zum Lunch, zum Release für die Xbox und für den PC exklusiv ist und die Playstation dann später dazu kommt. Das stand bei Plague Tale da, das steht auch bei diesem Spiel hier da, aber es stand nicht bei Far Cry da. Also Far Cry wird dann auch mit Playstation zum Lunch verfügbar sein, aber Plague Tale dann höchstwahrscheinlich später erst für die Playstation. Ui. Hier, wieder. Konsole Lunch Exclusive. Das Spiel, was jetzt kommt, ist auch wieder zum Release Xbox. Erst später PlayStation. Blacktail. Nee, Konsole exklusiv. Damit meinen die nur die Xbox. Xbox und PlayStation. Mr. Freeze. Blacktail kommt logischerweise auch für den PC raus. Es geht nur darum, dass es für die Konsole Xbox rauskommt. Ist halt exklusiv. PC ist... Jedes Spiel, was ihr seht, ist auch für den PC. Gehört ja auch zu Microsoft. Jetzt würde ich jetzt gerne nackt spielen und mich im Schnee wälzen mit VR-Brille.
Okay, this is good, this is good, this is really good. Holy
smothering whipwalk.
Was ist denn das für eine kranke Scheiße? Atomic Heart. Ist es der Shooter, der in Berlin entwickelt wird? Dieses Industriekon oder so? Nee, ich glaube nicht. Atomic Heart. Was ist das denn? (2D) Wenn ich Schnee hätte, Doktor. Sieht aus wie so ein neues Castlevania, so ein bisschen, ne? Das ist halt im modernen Setting. Replaced, ja. Neu platziert 2022, war vorher 2021, aber es ist replaced worden, deswegen 2022. War der besser? Oder nicht? Ach hier, das ist hier dieses Grounded, ne?
Millions of players kept busy with crafting, fighting, the pond, ziplining, flying things.
Wie viele Stunden hast du gehabt, Senior? Ich kann nicht manuell nachtragen. Hat doch ein Bot-Reset gehabt.
It gives the people what they've been asking for. Like sitting. No, seriously, a lot of people want to sit. Pets for when you get sick of your human companions. And of course, mushrooms. But not those kinds. We've also got something that literally no one was asking for.
Er hat 90, danke. Frage ich nach gleich.
She's so terrifying.
Boah, eine Spinne, Alter.
You should probably turn on arachnophobia mode. Oh, even her blob scares the shit out of us.
Kannst sogar die Spinnen ausstellen, ist ja geil. Gab's bei Skyrim auch eine Mod.
Or never go home. Oh, and it looks like we added achievements too. Nice.
Dragon King, was für dich? Neue Achievements. Ja, Grounded Update, genau, Jense. Among Us. Das Spiel, was ich nicht verstehe. warum das jeder spielt. Ich verstehe es nicht. Helft mir, Leute. Ich verstehe es nicht. Das stimmt, Doktor. Das haben sie, aber bitte. Ich weiß, dass es sie gibt, aber ich muss sie nicht sehen, sagen wir so. Nicht ein neues Octopus Traveler? Vielleicht? Nee, ne? Ui, 111 Zuschauer. Wer trinkt einen Schnaps? Wer von euch trinkt einen Schnaps bei 111? A Juden Chronicle 100 Heroes. Rising. Alles klar, Matthias. Angelo, hallöchen. Ja, kann man so nicht sagen. Sind beide ganz gut. Beide, was man hier so sieht, hat Xbox auch gute Dinge an Petto, beziehungsweise Xbox ist ja nie exklusiv. Es kommt ja immer auch mit dem PC raus. Halt der Nachteil bei der Xbox. Aber die Spiele, die sie hier so gezeigt haben, bis jetzt sind nicht schlecht. Kann man nicht sagen. Machen schon Lust auf mehr teilweise. Vor allen Dingen Black Tail. Zweiter Teil. Flasche braunen Ex und Hop, genau, Blinky.
History is all around us.
Komm zurück, Lina im Chat.
Those who made it have never been forgotten.
Oh. Oh.
Their daring choices echo
Ein Ritterspiel für Blinky?
turning land
Viel Spaß.
into kingdoms and mortals into legends. If history was in your hands,
Was ist das denn?
what would you build?
Age of Empire, oder? Ist das Age of Empires?
How would you fight?
Das ist, glaube ich, Age of Empires, oder? Was meint ihr?
Where would you go?
Hey, Genon!
What will you be remembered for?
Kommt das auch für die Xbox raus, Age of Empires? What? Das kommt auch für die Xbox. Age of Empires 4. Am 28. Oktober. Das wird nice. Bis gleich, Chaos Vibes. Chaos Vibes ist jetzt vorbestellen.
We begin by hearing an old, wise-sounding voice. And we see a quiet, peaceful setting. This will make our game seem big and important. Now, something must break the serenity. Will this creature be in the game? No. Say goodbye to it forever. Suddenly, and for no reason, people running. These pointless slow-motion shots make everything seem cool and should bolster pre-sale numbers. That wah sound can mean only one thing. We must gaze over an epic shot of a world, and there should be lens flares.
Wo krieg ich auch eins, Lina?
See our hero, but only their silhouette, because the developers haven't finished the design, or finished the story, or finished any gameplay that's actually ready to show. In fact, the only thing they have finished is the title.
Outer Worlds. Geil, neuer Outer Worlds Teil. Für Xbox. Geil. Muss man den ersten zu Ende spielen? Oder komplett mal neu machen, weil es ja schon zu lange her. Captured in Realtime 4K. Simulator, oder? Flugsimulator? Ja, Flugsimulator. Positiv oder negativ, Teddy? Alter, bei Elden Ring, da bin ich ja sowas von dermaßen heiß drauf. Habe ich schon gerade gesagt? Christian. Den muss ich irgendwie mal komplett zu Ende spielen. Aber der soll auch nicht so groß sein, der erste Teil. Den muss ich mal komplett durchstreamen, von Anfang bis Ende. Da habe ich es abgebrochen, weil es euch nicht so zugesagt hat damals. Also nicht Flugsimulator, sondern Outer Worlds. Mein Highlight bei der Show wird, glaube ich, jetzt schon soweit sein. Ein Highlight des heutigen Abends, egal was die anderen Shows noch so bringen, ist Plague Tale, der zweite Teil. Combat Skies, oder wie heißt das? Aces Combat, oder wie heißt das? Ist das bestimmt hier. Ace Combat? Oder auch nicht. Top Gun. Was ist das denn hier Schönes? Oh, Forza! Blinky! Blinky! Oder? Blinky, was für dich hier? Flugangst, Doktor. Jetzt sag mir nicht, der Blinky guckt gerade nicht hin. Linky? Linky! Das ist doch sein Ding hier. Linky! Kurzen 7 hier. Linky! Ah, Blinky. Neunter November. Am wenigsten kann man dem Spiel nicht voll...
I'm Mike Brown, Creative Director at Playground Games, and I can't wait
wollte gerade
to show
sagen,
you
man
what
kann dem
we've been working
der Show
on.
nicht vorwerfen, hier alles zu
Horizon
strecken.
is known
Jetzt kommt hier so
for
einer.
fun, freedom and beauty. This year, the Horizon Festival arrives in beautiful, diverse Mexico. This is the largest and most diverse open world ever in a Forza Horizon game. And there is no better car to explore it than the stunning AMG Project One Forza Edition. Rendered in unparalleled detail and with ray tracing in Forza Vista, thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles.
Hat einfach mal Need for Speed.
I've invited along
Hat einfach mal Need for Speed und Gran Turismo den Rangakt belaufen,
some of the
ne?
amazing content that's waiting
Diese
for you
Forza-Reihe.
in Forza Horizon 5. Please welcome Bill, Maddie, Sierra, and Don from the Forza team.
Hey, Mike.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, what's up, Mike?
And we also have Abraham with us as well. He's one of the talented actors who will be appearing in the game.
Bienvenidos a Mexico. I can't wait to show you what we've been working on.
We begin in the rainforest on an expedition. This is a new campaign mode in which you set out on an adventurous journey across Mexico to explore new locations and discover places for the festival to expand.
I'm on the river now. We're getting close.
There you are.
Das erinnert mich stark an Lost Legacy hier oder Uncharted
I'm
4.
racing a car through the Mexican jungle, Rami. Doesn't get much better than this. I can see some ruins up ahead.
Bienvenida aufs Mal.
Und vergesst bitte eure Däumchen nicht. Wem es gefällt, Daumen hoch, wenn nicht Daumen runter. Hauptsache lasst eure Däumchen da. Der Streamer, also ich, kann weder positiv noch negativ irgendwas für den Inhalt der Show.
At our adventurous campaign. But Forza Horizon has always been a game that's best enjoyed with others. Let's go and see what some of our other players are up to. The Xbox Series consoles allow us to capture every last detail, right down to the individual needles on these cholla cactus. The scene looks real, but there are no tricks. This is in-game. Maddie is behind the wheel of the AMG Project One Forza Edition in Mexico's lush, living desert.
Hübsch sieht's ja aus, muss ich
place
sagen.
to meet up with friends and head out for a drive.
Aber Rennspiele oder allgemein Sportspiele sind nicht so mein Ding, ey.
Horizon Live servers. Everyone else we see here are real players. And it looks like Maddie has been joined by some other members of the Forza team. Let's leave Maddie for a moment and head out to the coast and meet Don. Don is already on the move, exploring this idyllic seaside town. This is a recreation of Mexico that is honest, authentic, and filled with love. Speaking of, hold up, Don.
Oh, hey, what's up?
This is a mural by Mexican artist Farid Rueda. Just one of the many beautiful, faithful pieces of Mexico you'll find all over Forza Horizon 5.
Erstmal schön in so eine Baracke brettern, schön eine Familie beim Essen.
While Don drives down to the beach,
Ins Wohnzimmer
we'll jump over
brettern.
to the Gran Caldera volcano. Check out this geology detail, implemented with precision accuracy using photogrammetry data captured on location atop an active Mexican volcano. The entire world has been recreated at this level of detail.
Sieht echt gut
And
aus.
here's Sierra in her favorite off-road buggy.
Das sieht echt gut aus, oder? Was meint ihr?
Friends are exploring is the highest point ever in a Horizon game. And thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles, from up here we can see for miles in every direction. In the distance, we can just about make out Guanajuato. Let's take a closer look. Guanajuato is one of the most beautiful cities anywhere in the world. It's a colourful, undulating city full of vibrant architecture. It even has a sprawling network of tunnels. And these twisting, turning, overlapping streets mean that as well as looking good, it plays great too. As we see here, as Don is challenged.
Was mir aber bei jedem Rennspiel auffällt, auch hier wieder, es sind keine Menschen in der Stadt.
While Don tries to win that race, the rest of our
Das
players
ist
are
wie
still out
leere
exploring
Städte.
this diverse open world. Let's head north to the canyon. The Horizon series is known for its uplifting beauty, and using our unique HDR camera rig, we captured 24-hour shoots of real Mexican skies at 12K
Sarah.
resolution. And thanks to the
A
Xbox
Plague Tale
Series
2 kommt raus,
consoles,
Sarah.
these photorealistic skies
Wir haben vorhin A Plague Tale 2 gespielt, das war mein Highlight, aber es gab noch andere gute Dinge. Age of Empires 4, Sea of Thieves, Singleplayer-Kampagne.
She's joined by Abraham and some other members of the
In
team.
9 Tagen kommt die schon
Our
raus.
players are using Forza Link, the new AI
Stalker
assistant
2.
that intelligently tracks the status of you and
Ja,
the people
also
you meet
solche
online,
Perlen halt.
and then helps you
Bis jetzt
link
ganz
up
gute
and
Show
play
eigentlich.
together. We'll now head deep into the rainforest and
Stimmt
rejoin
jetzt,
Bill and
stimmt
the
die
rest of
Abantwort.
our players. Here we see our new volumetric lighting system,
Ist doch egal,
filling
Genon.
the scene with God rays as the sunlight dapples through the dense rainforest.
Kannst sie absperren
The
mit so.
Horizon arcade minigame is about to start. Forza Link knows that Bill loves minigames, so it intelligently prompts Sierra to invite Bill. Bill accepts, and they're seamlessly linked together with their GPS route set. With that Horizon arcade minigame starting soon, all of our players are coming together. This minigame is called Piñata Pop, signaled by the Horizon cargo plane dropping a payload of piñatas.
Ooh, over this way. Gotta catch up to you guys.
Our players now have to work together to find and pop as many as they can.
Okay, go up here to the left.
There's loads along the main
Bestimmt,
road.
Tante.
Here I go.
I'll take a look through the
Plague
bushes
Tale
here.
Requiem heißt es, der zweite Teil.
Between the houses.
Haben sie vorhin auch schon gezeigt. Also das spielt anscheinend im Mittelmeer.
Sweet.
Und
While the team grab those
Hugo
last few piñatas, we're going over to the stadium
sieht auch ein
because I have
bisschen
one
erwachsener
more
und
thing
älter.
to
Also
show
es ist
you.
natürlich klar, aber er sieht schon sehr stark anders aus, muss ich sagen.
This is Events Lab, the incredible new toolset that allows you to create your own races, game modes, and gameplay experiences. You customize everything, right down to the fundamental rules.
Also
of the game.
2022 wird ein Shit-Jahr, ey. Elden Ring gleich am Anfang vom Jahr, dann Plague Tale, dann God of War, dann Horizon. Das wird so ein krasses Jahr
Forza
2022, das ist der
Horizon 5
Wahnsinn.
is the largest, most fun, and most beautiful open world we've ever built. And it will truly be an astounding showcase for the Xbox Series consoles when it comes to Xbox Game Pass this November 9th. Thank you so much. I'll see you all in Mexico later this year.
Team Xbox is on a mission to bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. That's why you, the gamer, are at the center of everything we do. Today, we showed you 30 games. 27 of them will be available on Xbox Game Pass. Now, through the end of
Da.
the year, you can
Age
look
of Empires
forward
4 ist doch für die
back-to-back
Xbox. Da
monthly
seht ihr das.
releases
Nils.
landing day one on Game Pass.
Age of Empires 4 ist auch für die
led by
Xbox.
5 new titles from Xbox Game Studios, as well as highly anticipated games like Back 4 Blood, 12 Minutes, and The Ascent. And as we look ahead to next year, I'm inspired by the creativity of Bethesda and Xbox Game Studios. We showed you the highly anticipated RPG Starfield coming exclusively to Xbox. But we also have some of the industry's best RPG storytellers working on Avowed, Fable, The Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, The Outer Worlds 2, and Elder Scrolls 6. We unveiled the stunning multiplayer mode for the world's most beloved shooter in Halo Infinite, adding to the roster of iconic Xbox shooters alongside Wolfenstein, Gears of War, Perfect Dark, and Doom. We premiered the most epic open-world racing game, Forza Horizon 5,
Bis morgen, Blinky. Viel Spaß in der
bringing
Nachtschicht.
you a vibrant
Danke
and
für dein
authentic
Däumchen und danke fürs
depiction of
Einschalten.
Mexico in a game built from the ground up for next gen, while the team at Turn 10 is hard at work on the next Forza Motorsport. Our growing family of 23 studios is devoted to advancing the medium we all love. Xbox has been here for 20 years, and that's because of you. our team strives to make Xbox a place where you'll find the greatest games, the most dedicated developers, and the most passionate community. Together, we all make Xbox the best place to play. Before I go, there's one more thing.
Oh.
Take a look at this brand new original game from the Arcane team at Bethesda.
Okay, jetzt bin ich mal
the
gespannt.
Studio that created Prey and Dishonored.
Neues Spiel.
Arcane created something new for them. An open world immersive shooter that you can play alone or with your friends. And like Starfield, this game will be an Xbox exclusive.
Bin ich mal gespannt, was jetzt kommt.
Pobre bribón. I'm gonna have to take you apart again. Hey, Dev, anything interesting?
Idiots exist too. Mandible, 25 centimeters. Dramatically elongated.
Hey, Lude.
Go on, make yourself useful.
So, that was fun, right?
That's your cue, mate.
Sleep tight.
You know what this reminds me of? My time in the Himalayas.
Betty's later, Dad.
You think they can't kill you anytime they want?
Hey, asshole!
Hey, Serkan.
How do we always get into this shit?
In the field in Redfall, Massachusetts. Behind me, we are witnessing clear signs of cult activity as the locals engage.
Hey!
Really hope the video was worth it.
Everybody, fall back! People need to know what happened here. Layla, with me. Get me on the roof now.
Thank you, Layla. You're the best. Oh, Jacob, don't even mention it.
Robin! Now or never!
Where's the other
Auf alle Fälle ist es irgendwas mit Koop.
Give me a taste. That's bad.
Bloody hell.
Taste this, cabrona!
Watching you.
Ah! Jacob, there's something.
Thumb goes the rabbit's arms.
Oh, shit. Dev's gonna love this one.
Bis gleich, Lars.
Yep.
Don't miss.
Don't touch me!
Look! A new one!
Primo, venite! Go, go!
Hey, Moisi.
Kill me. End me. You can't break blood trends. It's only just begun.
I think there's vampire in this.
Really? What does it taste like? Be specific.
Like blood and death. And strawberry.
Sun's coming up. Let's keep moving. Let's eat.
Sag mal, machen die nicht gerade auch dieses Deadloop? Arcane Studios?
That's a good one.
Do you think things will ever go back to normal?
Would you want to go back to normal?
Not if I still have to pay my student loans.
Red Ball. Fight back. Okay. Oh, was von Outer Worlds 2 zeigen sie hier? Stalker. Achso, die Highlights hier. Hey Peter. Also Highlights war Sea of Thieves mit der Story-Kampagne. Mein Highlight war Blacktail 2. Outer Worlds 2 ist vielleicht noch ganz cool. Arkway weiß ich nicht. Stalker 2 abwarten. Battlefield, das ist da sage ich nichts zu. Möchte ich einschätzen. Also es waren schon ein paar Perlen waren schon bei hier. Wie hat euch bis jetzt die Show so gefallen? Oder die Show jetzt hier von Bethesda? Und Age of Empires 4 natürlich. Diablo. Das ist Starfield hier. So, wann geht die nächste Show los, Dragon King? Und wo muss ich raufklicken? Ja, genau, Jensemann. Was denn jetzt? Achso, das ist Ranking, wo soll ich raufklicken? – 21:15 Uhr beginnt Square. Und wo ist die, auch über YouTube? Ja, hier.
Seventh Dawn, led by a character named Minfilia, whose goal is to protect Eorzea.
Das ist doch hier Final Fantasy. Japan-Fan, was für dich?
Adventures, you'll also
Oder?
meet Alphanode and Elisee Lavalier, who will be constant companions.
Wie kann ich denn das hier wegmachen?
Things in Eorzea eventually come to a head as the
Ach so, das
Garlean
startet
Empire,
erst in
an evil
48
country bent on bringing the world under their rule, appears and uses the biotechnological Ultima weapon to absorb the power of the primals. You have to defeat not only the
Ja,
Ultima
Square
weapon
Enix
and
zeige
the
ich auf alle
Empire,
Fälle
but
noch,
also
Doktor.
La Habria, a powerful Ascian who has been helping the Empire behind the scenes. The Ascians are the sworn enemies of the Heidelin, and they intend to revive their dark god Zodiark. They're basically a boomer cult longing for the good old days.
Aber wie geht denn diese
Despite the
Scheiße
odds,
hier
you
weg?
take them all down, save Eorzea, and are declared the warrior of
Oder ist das hier in
light.
Stream?
Good for you.
Hab ich schon
After the
gedrückt?
Ultima weapon
Da
is
ist mein-
defeated, civil unrest slowly comes to a boiling point in the city-state of Ul'dah, while the Scions deal with continual primal threats around Eorzea. Alphanode
Egal.
decides to create
Wird
his
bei
own
der Show
military
bestimmt dann weg
force
sein.
called
Da
the
oben
Crystal
rechts steht ja
Braves
erst,
to
wann die
help
Show
combat the
losgeht.
threats. It goes about as well as you'd expect a military group led by a young idealistic man to go, which is to say badly.
Bis gleich, Japan.
Corruption quickly spreads within
Und denk dran, je
Ul'dah
schneller
and
du
the
bist,
Crystal Braves,
umso
the
unwahrscheinlicher ist
Sultana
es, dass
of
der
Ul'dah
Typ
is
dich voll
assassinated
quatscht.
during a celebratory
Weil du an ihm
banquet.
vorbeirauchst.
The murder is pinned on the Scions, and they're forced to escape the city, but with heavy losses. With only the Warrior of Light and Alpha Node remaining, the Scions seek revenge in Ishgard, a snowy city-state typically closed off to outsiders, officially kicking off the events of Final Fantasy XIV's first expansion, Heaven's Ward. Thanks to the assistance of ally and all-around great guy Orchiphant, the Warrior of Light is able to find refuge in Ishgard. But as it goes with heroes, it doesn't take long for the Scions to become
Final Fantasy, was
embroiled
sie hier
in
bringen.
Ishgard's political issues and their war with the dragons, the Dragon Song War. It's soon revealed that this classist, religiously ran city-state was built on a pile of lies and that humans betrayed the dragons, causing the Dragon Song War in the first place. You lose Orchiphant, take down the corrupt leader of Ishgard and the most elite of the Ishgardian Knights, Heaven's Ward, opening Ishgard's eyes to a more peaceful
In
future.
Avatar reingucken, was meinst du damit, Ranking?
Of Eorzea.
For the future of Eorzea!
There were Ascians involved again as well. Don't worry, you killed them. Also, the Sultana is fine. She only faked her death at the banquet, so no hard feelings. With the truth about the Dragon Song War revealed, Ishgard
Die erzählen hier die
works to make a lasting
Die
peace with
erzählen hier
dragons, with
die
the previous
komplette
Ishgardian
Lore
leader's
von
son,
Final
Emmerich,
Fantasy.
leading the talks. However, there is reluctance on both sides to put their hatred aside after centuries of violence. Tensions reach a breaking point when the dread worm Nidhogg, the revenge-crazed dragon that declared war on humans long ago, is revived. With no small amount of
Oben
effort,
rechts
the
steht's,
Warrior of
Daniel.
Light defeats Nidhogg and opens the way for Emmerich to finally
rechts.
open the path to peace.
Den habe ich schon gesehen. Hannes.
But there isn't just trouble in Ishgard as the Warriors of Darkness appear in
Bis
Eorzea,
gleich, bitte.
hell-bent on killing the Warrior of Light. The Warriors of Darkness are the obvious counters
Und
to the
vergesst eure
Warrior of
Däumchen
Light
bitte nicht.
and
Wem's
came
gefällt,
from
Daumen
another
hoch, wenn nicht, Daumen
dimension where
runter.
their world is overwhelmed with the
Lasst
power
eure
of light
Däumchen
that
da.
threatens to destroy it with a flood of ethereal energy. Minfilia, who was
Sei
originally
gegrüßt,
lost in
Daniel.
frantic escapes from Ul'dah, returns as an envoy of Hydaelyn and goes with the Warriors of Darkness to stop the flood.
Minfilia.
There's no time to ponder more about the Warriors of Darkness either, as a revolutionary group seeks to free the Eorzean city-estate of Alamigo from Garlean rule. Frustrated with the Eorzean alliances in action, they dress up as Alliance military and attack the Garleans directly, forcing both sides' hands. During this battle, one of the Scions dies, another isn't who she seems to be, and Final Fantasy's next expansion, Stormblood, officially begins. With Eorzea now embroiled with the Garlean Empire in a war for Alamigo, the forces led by Rauban, the right hand of the Sultana of Ul'dah, and Lys, one of the Scions who was born in Alamigo, attempt
Ja.
to push forward and retake
Metal
the
Gear
country.
wird nichts
However,
kommen
they're
als
met with a
Remake,
downtrodden
glaube ich.
population and a devastating defeat at the hands of Xenos, son
Und bei
of the
Silent Hill
Garlean
muss man
Empire
warten, wie die
and an
Lizenzen da
all-around
aussehen.
not great guy. The Scions surmise that if they're able to liberate
Weil
another
ich glaube,
part
da
of
hat
the
Sony
world
ja noch
under
um Wörtchen
Garlean rule,
mitzureden. Das ist ja
they'll be able to
PlayStation
raise
exklusiv.
morale. So they head to the faraway land of Doma,
Vielleicht bringen die ja auch was.
and
Die
convince
Gerüchte
the son
vermehren
of
sich ja immer.
former Doman Lord
Gerüchte von
Hyan
einem
to take
Silent
back the
Hill
throne
Remake oder
and
von einem
overthrow
komplett
the
neuen
Garlean
Silent Hill
presence in
Teil.
the area.
Die
We
halten sich ja
return to
hartnäckig,
Alamigo,
dass
and
da
as
bald
word
was
of the
kommt.
successful campaign at Doma reaches
Wird bestimmt
the
für die
Eorzean
PlayStation
army,
5
morale
irgendwas
is raised
von
and they
Silent
begin
Hill
retaking the country.
in Erscheinung
After a
treten.
supposedly final battle
Keine
with Xenos, the Warrior of Light wins the day and frees the country from its chains. As Doma
Hey,
and
Jones.
Alamigo work to rebuild, a startling discovery is made. Xenos is alive after all, miraculously surviving, slicing his own neck open. Impressive. As the Eorzean alliance tries to prepare for the Garleans' renewed assault on the land, the Scions begin mysteriously falling into comas after hearing a voice of unknown origin. The remaining Scions learn that those who fall into a coma have had their souls taken to another dimension. Meanwhile, the voice continues to plague the Scions and the Warrior of Light even on the battlefield, causing distractions and headaches in an almost deadly encounter with the reanimated Xenos. Becoming more present in the Warrior of Light's mind, the mysterious voice explains that this fight won't matter, as another calamity is coming if the Warrior of Light doesn't come to their dimension and save them, which is kicking off Shadowbringers, the latest expansion. Warrior of Light travels to the First, an alternate dimension where the world was almost destroyed 100 years ago from an overabundance of light.
Ist das hier 14?
Crystal Exarch, a powerful yet enigmatic mage who summoned you and the Scions to this dimension, explains that while the Flood was stopped by the Warriors of Darkness 100 years ago, the First is still on the verge of destruction. If the First is swallowed by the light, this will cause another calamity in the Scion's home dimension, so it must be stopped. The Crystal Exarch would prefer his own world not get destroyed too, so it's a win-win for everyone, really. To save the first, the Warrior of Light must become the Warrior of
alles klar,
Darkness
danke.
and bring darkness back to the world, literally and figuratively, to rebalance the ethereal scales.
Dishonored wird leider nicht fortgesetzt, weil es sich schlecht verkauft hat, Petersilie.
It happens.
Es hat sich leider sehr schlecht verkauft.
Did you just...
Petersilie.
You can hear me?
Along the way, the Scions are repeatedly visited
Deswegen
by
haben sie sich was
Emmet
Neues
one of the most powerful Ascians
einfallen
and
lassen.
general orchestrators behind many of the series' conflicts. He implies that the battle between good and evil isn't all as it seems, and the Ascians are trying to return the world to its original whole form. You, as the Warrior of Darkness, eventually bring the Night back to the First, but in doing so, threaten to become a monstrous Sin-Eater yourself. The Crystal Exarch tries to fix this, but Emmet Selk stops him, leaving the Warrior of Darkness, that's you, in a dangerous position. Eventually, though, Ardbert's ghost saves the Warrior of Darkness, and they're able to defeat Emmet Selk and bring the night sky back to the First.
Remember that we once lived.
Congratulations, you're now caught up on the main story beats of Final Fantasy XIV. It's an MMO, so the plot of this long-running RPG is ever-changing, and there are plenty of side stories and crossover content to discover, but now you're caught up on the plot,
Ja, genau,
and you'll be
sehr
mostly ready
Horizon,
for Endwalker's release later this
Forza
year.
Horizon
Now,
5
I have
haben
a
sie
near rate
gezeigt.
to get to, whatever that means. For plenty more Final
Mit ungefähr
Fantasy
10
XIV,
Minuten Gameplay.
15, 16, and whatever they make
Und
after
mit
that
Erklärung, wie
content,
das so
you're already in the
aussieht.
right place, IGN.
Sah ganz gut aus. Aber ich bin kein Rennen- und Sportspiele-Fan.
I'm seeing some really
Gut.
strange shit down
Ja, die
here.
Schleichspiel, ganz gut. Aber hat sich grottenschlecht verkauft, leider.
Now that I've had time to fully blast my way through Outriders, it's time for our final review. So first off, thanks for your patience. Now, People Can Fly's gritty, blood and guts take on the co-op looter-shooter RPG genre definitely delivers great action that's kicked up a notch by impressive sci-fi superpowers, some cool world design, and a pretty satisfying loot grind. At the same time, an occasionally clunky interface, some persistent bugs, and a messy story make it seem less like a big-budget science fiction epic and more like a guilty pleasure Sci-Fi Channel original series. Outriders' story makes decent use of its
Outrider
recognizable sci-fi tropes for when deep space colonization goes wrong, but the script often takes its grim, dark self too seriously. Dialogue and voice acting bounce between being so hard-boiled it's borderline camp and just being downright cringeworthy.
Sounds crazy. Good thing I like crazy.
And that can sure undermine the few moments that could have evoked some genuine empathy.
You must have lost people.
Yeah. We all did.
That said, the overarching story in Unexpectedly Hostile Alien World is interesting enough to keep things moving, and there are some genuinely intriguing twists as it progresses, even if their payoffs are somewhat underwhelming. Outriders is at its best when you're blasting your way through hordes of bad guys with a couple of friends. Gunfights are frenzied affairs that leave battlefields literally coated with blood, and there's something morbidly hilarious about seeing a whole-ass ribcage rolling through a skirmish like a bony tumbleweed. What's particularly impressive is that even though you'll likely outgrow its cover mechanics as you progress, this delightfully chaotic action is just as entertaining at the 3rd level as it is at the 30th. Sure, the combat scenarios become fairly repetitive, especially after you've played more than a few of Outriders' endgame challenge missions that follow its 30-odd-hour campaign, but the combination of sadistically gratifying superpowers and destructive weaponry makes sure that it's always good fun, and doubly so when you're with friends. I genuinely can't remember the last game that could make me cackle as hard as when my earthbending Devastator combos a gravity leap with the Trickster stasis bubble. Like, just look at that! Each of the 4 classes has strengths, weaknesses, and skill sets familiar to class-based action games. Though while there are a few skills and equipables that allow for some team healing and buffs, here they're all primarily focused on dealing damage. That uniform focus on damage output may be a turnoff for anyone who really loves to play a capital S support class, but the fact that any class can reduce the opposition to a sticky red paste allows everybody to safely go it alone if they want. Though I'll say again that it is far more enjoyable to gun down hordes of monsters and space bandits with friends. Human enemies you'll face are fairly limited, ranging from run-of-the-mill riflemen to Russian berserkers, but they provide enough tactical variety to demand some quick thinking and strategy. Of course, we're not alone. As you explore more of the planet's interesting and diverse wilderness, Outriders trots out some really cool monsters. From the variations on fodder-level mutants to the larger beasts that look like somehow even grosser and meaner takes on something out of Half-Life, the encounters designed around them are fun shakeups from the rain of bullets you find against human enemies. What's unfortunate is that despite the cool designs, the capital B boss battles are some of the least engaging fights Outriders has to offer. That 5-story tall street shark looks awesome, but the whole shoot the big thing outside the arena and avoid being smashed by its hand concept feels a little played out. Similarly, while some of the endgame missions do a fun job of tying up loose storylines, others just feel like harder reskins of earlier boss fights, and that's rather anticlimactic after you've spent an additional 10 or 15 post-credit hours grinding up your gear level to reach them.
Vielleicht machen sie das auch, Daniel. Vielleicht machen sie das auch.
The stuff that falls out when you kill those guys doesn't exactly revolutionize the loot grind, but it at least offers some great-looking options. Notable inclusions like the double gun or legendary tier weapons that look like they're carved out of some monster's ribcage give the otherwise mostly standard assortment of weapons some flavor. Not to mention what are easily my favorite video game shotguns since Doom. But the real good stuff comes as you find and build better gear. The crafting system simplifies the process of modding your gear compared to other loot-heavy adventures I could name, and the variety of easy-to-swap mods offers a lot of flexibility to adjusting your build. Granted, the loot grind can be a bit frustrating if you're trying to blitz your way through it, but the level of customization on hand as you progress is a tinkerer's dream come true. Basic armor mods, for example, provide buffs to your active abilities. You might boost the damage of your Trickster's Temporal Blade, or make it so your Devastator can turn 2 bad guys into shish kebabs instead of 1. Higher level gear lets you add higher tier mods to your library rather than having to build them individually, as well as gear with multiple slots. That allows you to do things like take a gun that explodes frozen enemies into icy shrapnel for AoE damage and add cryo rounds so it freezes them and blows them up in one go. Or pair a gun that regenerates your health on every kill with an armor mod that gives you bonus damage when you heal. But what's frustrating about this system is that because I was routinely changing up my gear set as I progressed, I constantly had to return to base camp to fiddle with my mod loadout. You can't do that on the go, and the crafting UI is not great. Outriders is far from the only game to have this issue, but it's still frustrating to constantly bounce back and forth between the crafting menu and your inventory screen for lack of a decent sort compare function, especially with a mandatory NPC interaction in between every single time. This can be especially irksome when you run into progress choke points. Finding better gear requires playing on the highest available world tier, which are Outriders' 15 difficulty levels. The catch is that you lose tier XP needed to unlock the next one every time you die. So you have to either play tediously slowly if you're constantly optimizing your build, or lower the world tier at the cost of loot quality. This eventually became less of an issue for me, but making that jump from tier 6 to tier 7 took forever. It's also less frustrating once you reach Outriders' endgame since all the necessary merchants end up in one place, though it's replaced by having to constantly juggle resource and currency types by jumping between your inventory, then to a vendor, then to another vendor after that, and then back to your crafting station to upgrade your gear. And once you do reach the point in the endgame where semi-regular legendary drops occur, the cost to upgrade or improve your preferred gear is high enough to require its own grind for disposable loot. Thankfully, I found a build that let me punch well above my weight class to grab better drops, but not everyone's gonna be so lucky. Outriders also has its fair share of technical issues, from bizarre idiosyncrasies like cutscenes for opening doors or an unfortunately laborious fast travel system, to some more troublesome persistent bugs. Enemies are often able to shoot through cover, abilities occasionally don't work properly, weapon and armor mods sometimes just turn off, and crashes are still semi-frequent. Now those can be annoying, but I am glad to see that the most egregious issues seem to be behind us. Servers are mostly stable, and the nasty bug that was wiping out people's inventories has, as of this review, apparently been patched out.
If you see him, you gotta tell him I have nothing to do with this.
Hey, Maurice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Outriders offers some genuinely great sci-fi action, alongside some really interesting world and creature design that I'd love to see more of.
Die neue IP von Eidos Montreal, das sind die Tomb Raider-Macher.
Well worth putting up with a lackluster story, a few clunky interfaces, and some technical issues. Outriders is the good kind of grind.
Da bin ich mal gespannt, vielleicht bringen sie einen neuen Tomb Raider-Teil raus. Das wäre cool.
For more on Outriders, check out our cross-platform performance review or our Outriders
Auch wenn sie ja
guide
gesagt haben, dass das Reboot eigentlich mit dem dritten Teil abgeschlossen ist.
For everything else, stick with IGN.
Die komplette Xbox Bethesda Show hast du verpasst. Da waren ganz gute Spiele mit bei. Blacktail 2 haben sie vorgestellt, Stalker 2, Age of Empires 4, Diablo 2 Remake, kommt alles für die Xbox auch raus. Und Sea of Thieves Kooperation mit Disney, also hier mit Fluch der Karibik mit den ganzen Leuten. Als Singleplayer-Kampagne.
Let us pry out their weakness.
Haben die nicht auch mal Tomb Raider gemacht? Nochmal Tomb Raider gemacht, die ersten Teile. Dragon Game. Ich glaube ja. Außerdem würde ich nie nach irgendwelchen Plänen gehen, die irgendwo stehen, angeblich. Da ist immer irgendeine Überraschung mit bei. Die bringen mir bestimmt was zu Final Fantasy 16. Ist ja ihr größtes Pferd im Stall. Da wird schon was kommen. Irgendwas wird schon kommen.
On my honor as the dawn speaks.
Ja, Eidos kenne ich auch von Tomb Raider, ja.
Heads shall prevail.
Ich wusste gar nicht, dass sie das Deus Ex gemacht haben. IGN ist so eine Review-Seite. Große Spieleredaktion. Das ist aber noch nicht die Show, Wilfried. Oben rechts steht, wann die Show losgeht. 31 Minuten. Unsere zweite Show heute. Die erste ist gerade zu Ende gegangen. Sieht ein bisschen aus wie Octopus Traveler, bloß halt mit Runde.
Allow me.
Glaube ich auch, Christian. Ja, eben. So, die Überraschung, die wir jetzt gerade erlebt haben mit der ersten Show, war ja schon viel.
Victory is within reach.
Diablo 2 Remake und Age of Empires 4 auf der Xbox.
Victory is within reach.
I won't lose.
Und dieses, Black Tail 2. Inklusive Release-Daten. Die haben immer die Release-Daten gezeigt.
Yes.
Außer von Starfield. Das, was sie angepriesen haben vor der Pressekonferenz, dieses Starfield, haben wir einen 20 Sekunden, 30 Sekunden Trailer gesehen, der nur Cinematic Trailer war.
Victory is all.
What have we here?
There is no mercy on the battlefield.
Bis gleich, Doktor.
On my honor as the dawn strike.
Irgendwas werden sie schon zeigen. Dragon King ist Game Pass, ja. Blacktail, ja. Und Xbox exklusiv auf Lunch.
I shall do what I can.
Wie steht's bei der Fußball-Europameisterschaft?
My apologies.
Bist du schon auf dem Weg, Japan-Fan? Ich hoffe. Du schaffst es nicht. Oben rechts ist die Zeit, die du noch hast.
Quickly now, before more arrive.
I've been waiting for this. Away!
Your orders?
Ein Xbox Game Pass gesehen. Ich weiß, Teddy.
Allow me.
Aber spielt nicht schon jemand anders heute? Ah ne, 21 Uhr erst, ne? Wer spielt denn da? Wer spielt denn heute Abend 21 Uhr? Ach so, Doktor.
For victory.
Niederlande gegen Ukraine. Oh, okay.
It's open.
Netherlands against Ukraine. Ganz kurz mal gucken.
Come at me.
Come on!
There is no mercy on the battlefield. You have nothing.
Was hier auf Twitch so abgeht. Die Zeit einmal, ne?
The boat arrives. Come, with speed.
Prince Roland.
Ja, auf jeden Fall.
Will you leave your
Final Fantasy
brother
16 natürlich
unavenged?
nicht. Ich sag.
You!
Go. Leave this place. The Archduke will be content with your father's head.
Never. Frost will answer for his
Weiter
crimes
Spannendes
today.
passiert hier. Nichts weiter
Your
Spannendes
Highness.
los, Leute.
A shame. You might have lived a long life.
Ey, WT-Lehrling.
So long as I stand, he'll
Ich glaube, die
do him
verlieren
no
gegen Frankreich, Lehrling.
Sir Maxwell.
My prince, you are responsible for more than just
Was
your
ist
own
denn das hier für ein
life now.
Spiel eigentlich?
You are a leader and must be the beacon others look to when the night is darkest.
Wilfried, hast du das gesehen? Was das hier für ein Spiel ist?
My
Was sie
friends
hier
of House
die halbe
Wolford,
Stunde
I
jetzt
leave Prince Roland in your
vorstellen,
care.
bis die Show losgeht?
Let me go!
Release him to me, and there may be mercy for you yet, Maxwell.
Ist ja schon draußen, Maurice.
Tis you who...
Just wing copy.
We are back. It's time for best of show picks. We're just getting warmed up. There's a lot to talk about. Let's see. Who do I want to roll the dice and go to? Who
Hier
wins?
oben rechts steht's.
Miranda,
25
your
Minuten
best
noch.
of show pick. Was it the one more thing? Was it something at the top? Because there was plenty of things to choose from here. Your best of show.
Yes, very difficult to decide, but I had to go with the one that was a surprise. So it's Redfall. Guys, I love Arcane. They have not let me down between Prey and Dishonored, and then seeing them come out with Redfall, and there was a lot of commentary around like, well, we're not actually seeing gameplay. We don't really know what this is, and it's like, guys, have you played an Arcane game? Do you know
Ja,
the
Doktor, so geht's
quality
mir
of
auch.
their games? It's like, I'm sorry, it's like to some people on the panel were like, well, this looks kind of like Destiny, or this looks kind of like a looter shooter. I'm like, no. It's an open
Hier hätte ich mal
world
gerne
co-op,
Gameplay gesehen zu dem
first-person
Titel.
shooter.
Yeah.
So that does not mean it's going to be always online. It doesn't mean it's going to be a big thing. But you can play solo, you can play multiplayer. This is, again, an Arcane game. So
Also ich habe heute
that's just
England
not
gegen
in line with
Kroatien
how they
gesehen und ich
play.
muss sagen, das war das
So,
langweiligste Spiel
seeing
überhaupt.
them
Ey, Kroatien war
essentially
sowas von
just, like, turn around these
grottenschlecht.
incredible abilities and of course
Und
doing,
England
like,
hat auch nur das
very
Nötigste
cool
getan,
gunplay.
dieses 1-0, das wird so ein schlechtes
And
Spiel.
vampires. Everybody loves vampires.
The biggest part, vampires. I think Arcane just does such a fantastic job of like nailing the gothic feel of things without making it feel cheesy. Because I feel like a lot of times that I've seen vampires in video games, it's like Dracula or like that's a really hot vampire doing vampire things. But this one's like, okay, let's make them scary, but also really intimidating and cool. And they just nailed it across the board for me on this trailer. I also love, of course, like the diversity of characters. I felt very like included. I was just like, yes, I'd love to see that. But Arcane's always been great about that.
Ooh la la
So if
la
you actually
la.
look at the Bethesda Softworks trailer for this, they do have a little bit more information. So the idea is that they are in Redfall, Massachusetts, called Redfall, and is under siege of a legion of vampires who blocked out the sun and cut the island off from the outside world. So you're trapped with a handful of survivors against diabolical enemies threatening to bleed the town dry. So you get to choose a hero from a diverse roster. You can group with others and essentially just go slay vampires. I loved the tone of this as well. Like they're very nonchalant. It's like, oh, we gotta record this with the camera. I know sometimes people have issues with how tech or media are used in games, but this just felt very on point of like, no, but it's important. They need to know what's happening. So I love just how genuine it all felt. And I am just looking forward to this so much. And it's soon,
Summer
2022.
2022. 1 year to go. Yeah.
Not
Good
that
stuff.
bad.
All right, Cam, how about you? Best of show. What was your standout here?
It's Halo. It's got to be Halo. It just met
all my expectations and more. It delivered on every facet that it needed to sell itself on.
Willkommen.
I can't. I'm at this point now where I'm expecting this game to come out, and I'm like, this game can't be bad. This game's gonna come out, and it can't be bad. It's gonna be good. It just blew my mind. Multiplayer's coming out launch, which a lot of people were worried that like it was just gonna be campaign first, and then multiplayer was coming later. Everything just blew my mind. I just can't. I don't have the words. It just looked so good.
You're on the air. You got to have some words, my friend.
Yeah, I know. It's just so good. Like the story is super interesting. Added a lot more depth to Chief's character and what he's doing in the story from what we saw last year when they first revealed the gameplay. The multiplayer just looks out of this world. It's going to be possibly the biggest multiplayer game once it comes out with the new mechanics that they put in, with the chain grab thingy that they used to use to hijack
the free
hook
price
shot
tag.
Yeah. Again, like the deflector shield, all the variety of new gear that you can use that I'm expecting you're also going to be able to use in the campaign as well. It's just mind-blowing. Can't wait.
Yeah, and I think it can't be understated. The fact that this is free means you don't have to buy the game, you don't have to buy the campaign. Anybody with an Xbox One, with an Xbox Series, or with a PC can jump in on this. This could be this could have a huge community for years to come. I'm so happy to see this. Now, I'll go next here because for me, I was not expecting Forza Horizon 5, and I am such a big fan of Forza Horizon because we got the reveal of the Forza Motorsport Next Gen reboot last year at the showcase. So and I thought for sure Horizon would be after that. That's sort of been the cadence as time has gone on. But here we are, that Horizon 5 is not only announced after Motorsport, but it's going to release before it. So that's really fascinating to me. Now, this is cross-gen, and Motorsport won't be. So they're clearly, they're just digging in to move forward on go full next-gen. But man, all the cool stuff, the Mexico setting looks great. The lush jungles, the deserts, the active volcano, the dust storms. I mean, Playground has never missed. That's the bottom line. And they somehow have topped themselves. I thought 3 they weren't going to top, but 4 was still better. 5, oh my goodness. And all the creator stuff, like with the bowling game, this Horizon 5 might be endless. Like, this looks so good. This is my game of the show pick. I mean, nothing against Halo, nothing against Redfall, but I love Horizon so much, and I was just not expecting to see it. So the fact that we saw it, it looks amazing, and it's out this year. That is just made me so happy. So with that, let me throw to Destin. Destin, we've claimed 3 games here, but there's plenty more to choose from. What do you got?
Yeah, they had an excellent show, Ryan. Lots of killer games, and everything everybody has said really blew me away. But one game came out and made a statement right at the beginning, and that was Starfield. 11/11/2022. And guess what?
Anderthalb Jahre.
It is Xbox
Starfield kommt am 11.11. Im Jahre 2022 raus. Das ist Ende nächsten Jahres. Jetzt noch anderthalb Jahre.
Exclusives, things coming to Game Pass. They're saying, hey, look, we have a lot coming, and we are setting you up to have a great gaming season through 2021 and into 2022. Now, I would love to see more. I see the cheese sandwich is already getting a lot of hype online. People are really, really excited about that sandwich. And the fact that they said that this is basically them showing off the tech that they're able to work with this engine, right? And that is great. I like the release date. I'm glad it's going to hit. Like, we know what we're going to play next season. We know what we're going to be playing this season. We're going to be playing Forza and Halo, and we already have a major flag in the ground with Starfield, and I can't wait to see more about what this game is going to be. I'm stoked. I think it deserves a lot more praise than maybe it's getting online. We've been doing this live show, so I don't know.
Yeah, I want to give a quick honorable mention. I'm going to cheat because it's my show, and I'm going to give an honorable mention to a game that just sort of snuck in the middle of the show, Somerville. It gave off inside vibes when I'm watching it, and there's a reason for that. the studio that's creating that is founded by ex-Playdead employees. So you had a family here. You had a husband, a wife, a kid, and a dog, and it looks like you're with one or more of them at different points. And this just like, it's got a lot of those same atmospheric vibes that Limbo did and Inside did. And this is going to be one of those games where you probably don't want to know anything about it going in, because I know that's how Inside is. Everyone listening to this should go play Inside and don't read any reviews, don't find out anything about it, just play Inside. And Somerville, from some of those creators of Limbo and Inside, gave off those same kind of vibes, a really cool art style, really cool moves.
Kommt zu Hause, Japan.
Yeah, definite honorable mention to that.
Wartet unterm Bett.
But we're not finished yet. There's obviously more Summer of Gaming to come, but there's also more Xbox discussion to come right here. We're going to take one final short break, but IGN Summer of Gaming will be right back with more from us, and then followed by the Square Enix E3 showcase at 12:15 p.m. Pacific. So stay tuned.
Summer of Gaming is presented by the Army National Guard. So let's check in with our gaming guardsmen and find out what they thought about the Xbox and Bethesda game showcase.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm Cam11B, a former Army sniper, currently a member of the Army National Guard, working as an esports manager.
2011 kam Skyrim raus,
and Bethesda Games Showcase, and holy cow, so many awesome things, especially Back 4 Blood. So I grew up playing Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. Co-op zombie shooters.
Das verstehe ich auch nicht, Moisi.
Awesome. It's gonna have a PvP
ist aber mittlerweile der Renner bei mir im
Chat, in der Community. Scale, like
mit Lars und den Babyflaschen.
I'm excited to see. And
ist mittlerweile der Renner.
Battlefield 2042. I am freaking hyped. I mean, 128 player battles. Levolution is back. Looks like there's tons of different vehicles. I think I saw like Osprey. We've got tanks, 4x4 quads, like so much. I'm excited.
Ich überlege, ob ich eine Viertelstunde Elden Ring reinmache.
Right after the grappling hook. I mean, I'm extremely excited to see what 2042 has to offer. I hope they bring back some type of like Titan gameplay or like maybe boarding large ships, something like that from 2142. I'm extremely excited. What did you think of the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase? Let us know in the chat. I'm Cam11B from the Army National Guard. You can find us both here on Twitch. Now back to you.
Welcome back. Just a quick reminder that we have got that Square Enix showcase coming up in 15 minutes. Until then, this is our Unlocked post-show. A lot to unpack from the Xbox conference. And we're going to do a little social check-in now. Let's check in with everybody on the internet, see what the community is reacting to.
Evely.
Destin, are you there, or are we still in that technical difficulty with you?
Ja, wir haben vorhin die
Good.
Can you hear me?
Bethesda Xbox Show geguckt und jetzt warten wir auf die Square Enix Show. Oben rechts steht, wann es losgeht.
Ballsy of them to do, but I dig it. Still probably do some Battle Pass thing like literally every multiplayer is doing right now. But whatever, bro. Halo's back, so he's talking about Halo and how it's going to be free to play.
Und auf was du stehst,
very excited from Tyler T15. Who else we got here? We got Smitty Dante, longtime SOT fan. It's been amazing the last year or so. Had so many sick adventures. This looks class as well.
That
Sea of Thieves.
Pirates of the
Smizzy,
Caribbean
hier, Dante, du hast reingeschrieben.
Totally
Smizzy Dante.
And I mean that got me like, if there's a whole story campaign there, like it made me want to jump back in and play it.
I'm just
100%.
disappointed we didn't see Will Turner. Where is Orlando Bloom? He's the only one I want from Pirates of the Caribbean.
What else you got, Destin?
I was really surprised by that one also. I think it's a really smart integration to Sea of Thieves. Before it aired, I said, I wonder why they don't partner with somebody. And then sure enough, Disney and Pirates. Anyway, we got one from Fred His Slayer. It says, I love so much the universe of the game. I wish the game would be in third-person view. We will see in the future. That was about Redfall, Miranda's pick of the show. We didn't get everybody's take. Miranda, you really, really liked Redfall. Cam, what did you think?
I thought it looked great. Like, I mean, I want to see gameplay, but there's a lot of variety in the different weapons that you can use and the different powers. I'm curious if it's like class based, if it's just like, okay, so this class has these skills. You know, we saw the character we're seeing right now. She like did like the foam booth, and she has like these purple powers. Is that a class? Is that just her character, or is there more variety customization?
Based on the description of the game that we saw from the trailer, it looks like it's character based. Like it's not classes. Okay. Each character is assigned their own powers, and they have unique abilities that they offer to their team.
That's cool then. So I hope that as it'll continue kind of like as a living game once it comes out, where new characters may potentially be introduced along with new content to keep the game alive like post launch. I hope that they do something like that.
Yeah, I definitely got a bit of a Left 4 Dead vibe as this trailer went on, except for the part where it was, Miranda, you mentioned it earlier on, that you can play by yourself as well. So it's not just a co-op, Left 4 Dead game. So I'm kind of curious how this is going to blend co-op and narrative and sort of ongoing multiplayer. There's a lot to.
Dass nur die englischen Schimpfwörter beherrsche und Plattdeutsch nicht so populär wie das englischsprachige ist.
Arcane doesn't really do that. Like they could.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, I'm assuming this is going to be a story-based open world shooter.
Ehrlich gesagt bin ich bei dem Spiel weiß ich überhaupt nicht. Die haben kein Gameplay gezeigt, Sarah.
Daddy_sauce. Love the Twitter name. As a big PlayStation fan, good for the Xbox homies personally. I think it should always be timed exclusives for all platforms. But dope,
Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, Last of Us 2,
game coming out. There's a few sick games coming out, including a lot of third parties that are going to be hitting Day Pass day one. And that is really exciting for me. I didn't get a chance to talk about Forza Horizon 5 though, and how much it blew me away. So I'm going to steal a little bit of time here.
10 Minuten, dann geht's los.
You got a minute, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's coming out November 9th. They immediately started flexing a little bit with that ray tracing. They talked about how they use photogrammetry data to recreate the scenes, and it looks absolutely stunning. They did 24-hour shoots at 12K of the Mexican skies. So the skies you're seeing in the game are actual real skies. Ryan, they did the water in the past games, and now they're going for the skies. What is next? They're doing photogrammetry data. They're going nuts with this. They even point out like the God rays spilling through the trees. And
das ist noch die Xbox
I agree with you that
Post-Show,
Events Lab Silly Fun Mode looks absolutely stunning. It's built from the ground up for next gen. That's what Phil Spencer said, and it really, really shows. The fact that it's cross-platform is just like awesome. Clearly, this game does not look held back to me whatsoever. I'm incredibly excited to play it.
And they've had an extra year, because it was every other year. They were on 2-year dev cycles. They would alternate. Motorsport would ship one fall, and then Horizon would ship the next fall. But there's been some extra time for, obviously, Turn 10's still busy rebooting Motorsport for next gen, but Playground got an extra year as well, and that already shows on just this gameplay trailer that we got today. So yeah, I just could not be more excited for Forza Horizon 5. Now, Destin, I think it's important to take a few minutes here because we've got 10 minutes until the Square Enix showcase. So hang with us till then, and then stick around for what Square Enix has got. Destin, I think it's important to talk about the idea of Microsoft having a quiet 2021, because let's be honest,
I disagree.
They have had a quiet 2021 so far on the first party and the exclusivity front, but this showcase just ended that narrative. You have compiled a list of all the major and exclusive games that are out from in the second half of this year, from now until the fall. The floor is yours. Go through this because this is now a really impressive list.
Yeah, so basically at the end of the show, they were sure to show a screen of everything that they have coming to Game Pass through 2021. So again, emphasizing the value of Game Pass. So June 13th, right around the corner, Yakuza Like a Dragon, a game that recently came out, is now going to be added to Game Pass. On the 22nd, we got Dark Alliance. And then July, The Ascent, Ryan, a game that you have been just talking about constantly.
As well.
Yeah, exclusive. On August 13th, we now have Hades coming to the platform. 12 minutes on August 19th. In September, we have Origami 2. September 23rd, Sable, that sort of really unique art style that I'm really excited about. We have
you passed Psychonauts in August.
Da werden sie bestimmt was zum neuen Zelda bringen, neues Gameplay.
They have it like arranged in a weird way. So yes, Psychonauts 2, August 25th. And I also forgot Flight Simulator, something people have been begging us to talk about, is hitting console on the 27th. And that was all 4K captured in engine. It looks stunning, and it has that Maverick tie-in.
Yes, the
right?
Top Gun thing, another smart time. And what's an interesting footnote on Flight Sim too, I think is worth pointing out. You know, there was this big deal made last year about PlayStation. We believe in generations and everything's just going to go to PS5. And they've done a lot of cross-gen stuff. And Microsoft was honest and said, we're going to support both old gen and new gen for a while. And they caught a lot of crap for it. Well, both are, you know, taking full advantage of the new console and the old where they can. But Flight Sim now is, I believe it's the first of the first-party games to go ahead and leave the Xbox One behind, and it's no wonder from taking a look at it, Destin.
Yeah, and I think that's the way you handle it.
Weiß
when
ich
you
gar
can
nicht,
do
Maurice.
cross-platform,
Ich bringe aber auch nicht alles von der E3.
When you need to go next-gen only, you go next-gen only, and you make that very, very clear. Flight Simulator is one of those games. What this game is doing technically is just the older platforms just can't handle it. So it's really, really great to see. It would have been interesting, though, if they had used that as an opportunity to show off the streaming service that Game Pass offers, that they have said before this conference, to get it out of the way, is coming to console. So I have to wonder if that's going to be something we hear about later in the year, but that is speculation on my part. Continuing through this absolutely insane list. So what do we got? I was in September for Sable. In October, we have Age of Empires 4. That is another game that just hits every time we talk about it.
For PC,
October 12th is also Back for Blood. We have a few slated for Paul.
Back for Blood, though, hold on. That's another major. We talked about, you know, Outriders was a big deal earlier this year, and MLB The Show. Back for Blood, that's a big deal too for a third-party game straight into Game Pass.
Yeah, and like
huge.
Now everybody's going to play it on Xbox because Game Pass has, I think, almost 20 million subscribers at this point, and now you're getting all of these games just for being part of that subscription service, which is really, really cool. And then Scorn is still slated for fall, and Anacross is still slated for fall, which sort of hit within that window. But then it really, really heats up near the end of the year. There's a few titles like The Gunk, Hello Neighbor 2, and Among Us that are hitting somewhere in 2021. But when it heats up is November. You have Forza planning their flag in the ground. We know Halo Infinite is also coming this holiday season, the multiplayer specifically on this chart. So
dann geht's los.
We have a lot to look forward to. Xbox gamers have a lot to look forward to. And this is just an absolute killer lineup. Basically, at this point, if you're just outright denying that Game Pass is a phenomenal value, you're either not paying attention or you have an axe to grind. It's as simple as that. It's a phenomenal value. I think everybody recognizes that. It's been called the Netflix of gaming. It's stupendous. It is a huge win for consumers and developers. I'm a big fan of what they're doing here.
And the reason we keep coming back to it too, because it's just really surprising how good it is. And that's why I think we emphasize that so much. It's not just because it's like, oh, well, we're the Xbox show, so we have to talk about this. It's like, no, it's just like, how is this a thing? Like, it's just really such a big deal if you are playing a lot of games on PC, if you want Game Pass Ultimate, or of course, if you have an Xbox, why not?
And the Miranda was the Outer Worlds 2 for that. I feel like that kind of just came and went. This is another game. We didn't even talk about it. Possibly the best trailer, just as because it was.
Ich mach dann, wenn die Show losgeht, die Chatbox wieder aus dem Bildschirm.
Like that, I was laughing through the whole thing.
Yeah, that was just a very self-aware. It's like, here's the lens flare, and we're like, wait, what is it? Is this Outer Worlds? I don't know. And then it keeps going on, and like the narrator is just having a good time with it. I think they even animated it to be very aware as well. I think when they did the silhouette of like the protagonist that's not finished, as like the trailer narrator was saying, shrugs. It's really funny. But good to see Outer Worlds 2 come in.
And now we know. So now we know all three projects that Obsidian is on. So you know, Microsoft purchased Obsidian. And they're getting a pretty good bang for their buck there because they've got Grounded, which has been successful in early access Xbox game preview so far. Avowed, obviously, further out on the horizon, but it did get a quick shout out from Phil there towards the end. That's knee deep in development. That's going to potentially
muss ich auch noch weitermachen oder beziehungsweise noch mal von vorne anfangen.
And in fact, kind of on that note, Cam, the Xbox, I feel like in the early days of Xbox, even into the 360 years, the Xbox was kind of known as the shooter box, and that's great. There were a lot of great shooters, but now I feel like the Xbox is the home of Western RPGs.
Absolutely. I mean, we got all these new RPG IPs like Starfield now.
Weiß man ja nicht, weil man hat ja kein Gameplay gesehen, Dragon King. Das war als Cinematic Trailer.
It's going to be exclusive now. Avowed, and we're getting, and then we're getting returns of old IP that were RPGs back on the 360 and the original Xbox, like Fable.
So 2,5 Minuten.
There's so much to love. I can't wait to play all these games. Like all these games have the variety and depth that I'm looking for.
Und vergesst eure Däumchen bitte nicht. Wem es gefällt, Daumen hoch, wenn nicht Daumen runter.
There's nothing
Hauptsache,
to
ihr lasst eure Däumchen da, ihr lasst eure Däumchen da.
All these developers are very talented, and I can't wait to see the end product.
I know you're a huge JRPG fan. There were a couple of cool JRPGs in the mix too. Not that the Western games get all the attention.
Yeah, there was. There was this title. I don't want to butcher the name, but it was like a Uridin Chronicle. Yeah. So I know about the game. I just don't know how to pronounce the title. But that's from developers of Suikoden. Traditional like iconic JRPGs back from the PlayStation and PlayStation 2. And the art style gave a lot of like Octopath Traveler vibes, which is now also on Game Pass. And it's going to be a while till we get that game. That game was kickstarted, I want to say either like really early this year or late last year. So there's 2 games coming, one in 2022, one in 2023, but we know that they're coming to Game Pass day one, and that's awesome for JRPG fans like myself.
Destin, another big game we haven't even said a word about yet. It was in the middle of the conference. Battlefield 2042. We got the gameplay reveal there. You had a very astute observation that I did not catch on to about that gameplay trailer.
Yeah, so the original trailer was all CG, and they were showing off the different maps and stuff
geht's
that
jetzt los hier, oder was?
Play on. And then they recreated some of the moments that we saw in that trailer in engine, and I thought that was really nice. Now, it's pre-alpha gameplay, so it's just cool to see that they're like, hey, this is pre-alpha, this is early, 128 players on next gen, and I believe it's 64 on previous gen. But it's cool to see.
Do you believe in life after love?
They were able to showcase moments from a CG trailer in engine for this demo, and I appreciated that.
All right, guys, final thoughts now. We have 3 minutes, maybe just a tad left. Final thoughts on this conference.
3 minutes?
We did our best to show individual game picks. We talked about a lot of games, although there were so many we didn't have time to cover all of them. We talked about the glory of Game Pass. But just this conference overall, Miranda, how about compared to years past, historically, like, how was this conference for you?
So, you know how we talked a lot about how conferences have like kind of a mid-lull?
Falk, du musst mal den Live-Chat anmachen.
Like, oh, well, we're getting,
ich glaube, du hast viele Nachrichten übersehen.
Updates, and like maybe if you don't care about those games as a service, that's something that's a little bit slower. However, even those still had really neat updates. Like the editing was good, the conversations around them were good, and they're always like put with other very exciting things. I think Microsoft really nailed it with the pacing of this show, and they did such a fantastic job of like opening the show, like opening with Starfield. Great idea, because a lot of people thought, well, it's probably going to be at the end, right? It's going to be the one more thing. No. They had another one more thing. And also, I love that they had Halo later on, because I think, at least for me as a huge Halo fan, love that like anticipation waiting. It's like, oh,
1:30 will
Halo. I thought they were going to open with Halo possibly, but no. I just really liked how this was paced, and it just had me excited at a lot of different moments, and I think that's what you could always want from a conference like this.
Yeah, you make a great point about pacing. There were very few human beings on the screen presenting things, which, like in years past, I know I've kind of been a little annoyed by the obviously teleprompter-scripted roundtable conversations where people aren't really talking to each other. They're just looking over their shoulder to read the teleprompter. And there really wasn't any of that. It was just game. And I agree, the pacing was great. Cam, how did you feel about this conference overall?
Yeah, making it really quick and short, I think that it was great. I think it's their best showing in a very long time.
Probiert mal bitte,
everything that they needed to do.
Probiert mal bitte noch einer mal Korruption, ob das jetzt wieder geht. Immer noch, weil vorhin hat es ja noch funktioniert.
Was Everwild. I think that game, we've been waiting on that game for a while. I really expected gameplay during the show, but we didn't. Oh well, we'll see it soon.
Destin, you have literally 10 seconds. Twitter-worthy final thought.
This was awesome. Xbox did great. I cannot wait to see what else they bring.
19,
There's a lot
18,
that they didn't show
17,
still coming.
16,
Yeah, Perfect
15,
Dark. We mentioned
14,
Everwild. Hellblade
13,
2. We didn't
12,
see it, but so that means there's more to look forward to moving forward. So that's about all the time we have before Unlocked gets launched again. But there's still tons more coming up today and beyond. But right now, Summer of Gaming rolls on with the Square Enix Showcase. Let's go.
Okay, auf geht's, Leute. Mal gucken, was sie zeigen. Bin mal gespannt. Zweite Show bei Kali. Frohes neues Jahr, Leute.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's Matt Mercer here, and I'm back as your host of Square Enix Presents. Today, we have a special E3 edition of the show for you, with new game announcements, updates, and exciting news from our studios across the globe. So let's kick off with the world premiere of a brand new game from Eidos Montreal.
Oh, Weltpremiere von Eidos Montreal. Ruhig. Ruhig, Leute, jetzt. Mal gucken, was es ist von Eidos. Da fallen sie gleich mit der Tür ins Haus hier.
I am so proud of you. Do you know what a birthright is, Peter? Something that's a part of you. Like your name.
Marvel.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
So
Leute.
I let Groot fill out the paperwork.
So we got fined. We appear to be 6,000.
Den Film fand ich cool, den ersten Teil mit dem Baum.
I know, we clearly need a plan.
If you see anything with claws the size of grass, let me know.
We got this. Drax, roll. No!
You want monster? I'll show you monster!
No! We disrobe!
Keep your pants on.
Although it could be used as a distraction. Fetch him up, Drax!
Meet your maker!
We're all professionals here, right? Maybe we can work something out.
Peter!
You had one job, Quill. I did exactly what? Gamora, no killing teammates.
That's who!
It's literally in your contract.
I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this.
Also wenn das Gameplay passt, dann wird das gespielt von mir, gestreamt.
Great! Well!
Star-Lord, right?
It's Star-Lord. Oh, crap!
Bei dem Musikstück ist mir schlecht geworden, weil ich genau weiß, was YouTube davon hält.
No, of course I will. I'll call you.
Hi, my name is Olivier Proux, senior producer here at Eidos Montreal. For the past few years, we've had the privilege to work on our version of Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and reimagine it into a single-player, story-driven, third-person action-adventure game. It's our own fresh take on the Guardians, and something that's really unique to our game is that you get to be Peter Quill. As Star-Lord, you're constantly in the middle of the action as you try to lead this band of misfits. But today, I'm really excited to have all of you join us on this journey, and you'll hear more about the game from our team behind this project.
Right, let's do this.
I've always loved Marvel's cosmic characters.
Ich hoffe, es wird besser als dieses Avengers, was sie da gemacht haben. Also was da von Marvel
had the opportunity to write for Marvel on some of their cosmic titles. I went back with the help of Bill Roseman, the editor, and kind of cherry-picked characters from Marvel's past.
The opportunity here was to build a team, but to make it all underdogs, so that the reader would think, oh my gosh, how is this team going to survive?
And that became the Guardians of the Galaxy comic, which we loved working on.
I remember the first time that the Marvel crew came to Montreal, we were showing them the design of the characters, how they would look, and they stayed silent. I don't know if it's a minute, but in my head it was a minute. I was like, oh my God, like they hate it.
We realized how much that Marvel and Eidos Montreal share and have in common, and that we knew the Guardians were in perfect hands.
Looking at the samples that Eidos were kind enough to show me, I think he's fantastic and absolutely in the spirit of what these characters are.
What makes the gameplay experience unique to me is no matter in what phase of the game you are, whether you're in exploration or you're fighting, the Guardians are constantly around you and you never feel alone. While you're the leader, the Guardians will also challenge you and make decisions on their own, and you will have to adapt to it.
You are literally part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The decisions you'll make will have lighthearted to haunting repercussions, and the game will react to what you do and say.
The more no-killing teammates!
Says who?
It's literally in your contract! I made no such commitment.
You are playing as Star-Lord and you're using your blasters and you're using your jet boots.
Star-Lord is really empowering. He's very agile on the battlefield. He can slide and over with his jet boots. Of course, he has his elemental blasters that have different powers as well. And on top of all of this, he can use the unique abilities of his Guardians.
We're not pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
Fahrt zur Hölle, Mr. Freeze.
The story is about a group of misfits, the Guardians. In our world, they've been together for less than a year. They create something on a small scale that looks insignificant. And as they progress through the story, they discover that they created something really big that threatens the galaxy.
There are a lot of very interesting villains in the Marvel franchise. And when you're starting to work on a story like this, you get to get your pick of which ones will make the best for this story. That gives us the opportunity to bring in some that are well known, but some that are also not all that well known.
What Eidos is getting so right about them is capturing what it's like to be a misfit family. They're also bringing an amazing imagination to it. You're going to see planets and characters that are going to blow
Also hier
your
zeigen
mind.
sie mal richtig was von dem
Interpreting it in
Spiel.
its own way, I think, makes it feel incredibly
Ich will mal
fresh
Gameplay
and
sehen, ja.
exciting. It's not a matter of trying to replicate the comic or trying to replicate the film. It's trying to take the medium you're working in and make the best version of Guardians out of that.
They made it fun. They made it rock and roll. They delivered everything you would want in a Guardians game.
Ist der Startbildschirm oder was? Oh, nicht schlecht.
units? We appear to be 6,963.
Alter, YouTube, ey, im Hintergrund ist doch schon wieder so eine bekannte Mucke.
I know. We clearly need a plan.
What about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing. The quarantine zone was always holding out on
My
us.
figurines are not knickknacks.
Team's in trouble. Then you can't be bothered to make no sacrifice.
I will sacrifice your head.
And take us to the majestic mountains of Kakaranda.
Guys! I think we should hear out Groot for once.
You know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster.
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
So, Groot, I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd. Lady Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He is cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not Groot. I also vote for the creepy little beast.
The creepy little beast.
Peter?
Well, Rocket's definitely scarier on the inside.
Also man hat anscheinend multiple
He's
choices.
unstable and vicious and totally oblivious to the needs of others.
Okay, we get it.
All right, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
We're not seriously flying into that. You say the weather patterns of Seknarf 9 are tied to the temperament of its ruler.
That's not how women work.
Or weather.
Flying the wrong way.
Ich hoffe, Jensemann.
Nah, he's not flying at all. Guys, relax. Just one minor adjustment. I ever mentioned how much I hate rain? Hellbender's castle isn't even that far.
Was biomutant hier.
It is an impregnable fortress. So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer. We'll figure it out on the way.
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good. We've already got a beast. All that's left is the merchant part.
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing. Right?
The fact you ain't sure don't bode so good.
Das ist schon mal gut. Das ist schon mal hübsch.
Really crazy lightning out there. Never seen anything like it.
Meteorological suicide is what it is.
Third Person ist schon mal nice. Und ist anscheinend kein Koop, sondern rein Singleplayer.
Some of us are soaking here.
Less whining, more walking.
Hey, Stormlord. We ain't seriously walking through this. It'll take forever in this storm. Stop complaining. The hardship will strengthen your spirits. I faced more than enough hardship. Thank you very much. You are welcome, Feeble One.
We got this. Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Wir haben noch genug im Petto. Wir haben noch genug im Petto, Marcel. Keine Angst. Wird nicht das einzige Spiel sein, was er heute bringt. Mich wundert, dass sie das zuerst bringen.
Okay? We should have gone to Mach 4. I would be wary, Rodin.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. I think I'm scared of some little...
It's not alone. Get ready.
What are these things? They are amorphous vermin.
Shoot first, questions later.
Drop them, Gamora!
This won't hurt much.
Smash them up, Drax! Meet your maker! Steel Boy's enjoying this way too much! This is the local fauna! It's about to be an endangered species! Root! Hawkeye time! Oh, you, Rocket! Time to go boom! I am eager to experience Lady Hellbender's legendary menagerie.
Should we ask them for directions?
I'm thinking maybe they are directions.
Oh, like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an arrow with the word fortress on it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw.
Das sieht nicht so aus, Kenon. Ich bin aber froh darüber, ehrlich gesagt. Du meinst Koop? Meinst du Koop oder Multiplayer? Kenon. Also Koop würde ich noch akzeptieren, aber Multiplayer, was willst du hier?
What do you not have time to dawdle in this jungle? I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may activate the bridge. I may activate a hole through your face. Put me down.
Deswegen wundert's mich, Willi, dass sie es am Anfang gebracht haben.
Drax, throw him.
No. Very well.
Peter.
It's okay. He'll land on his feet. Ooh. I guess that only applies to cats.
You sons of sharks! Scut-busting ass! I am not familiar with these words.
Aber die spoilern hier voll. Die spoilern fast das ganze Kapitel hier.
I want 10.
Okay, deal. Thanks for the bridge, Rocket.
If you even think of pulling that scud again.
Hear that?
Guys.
I got it.
These creatures are perfect predators. Stop cheering for the murder monster.
Also dann passt auch kein Koop, weil du Entscheidungsfreiheiten hast, Genon, wo dann der Gegner, je nachdem wie du dich entscheidest, der andere gegenüber eine andere Entscheidung treffen wird. Da passt es nicht rein mit den Multiple Choices. Da passt Koop nicht rein. Das würde dann keinen Sinn ergeben.
Is anything on this planet not trying to kill us? Guys, huddle up!
already missing the jiggle jelly.
They keep moving around.
It is past time, my blade. Don't get too close to that mouth.
This guy barely feels it.
Yeah, I smell it too. Come on, we got this. Perhaps these were sent by Lady Hellbender. While she can keep us.
Oh Gott, die Lieder, ey. Bauchschmerzen. YouTube. Halte Ohren zu.
That is definitely in my top 10 fortresses.
Peter?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh,
Gibt's davon eine Demo-Gamer-Fall?
The cage.
The point of even getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
All right, Rocket. Time to put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter?
Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
Der ist ja noch nicht zu Ende, die Japan.
Right. We should try selling Groot instead.
Really?
This is an affront to democracy.
Die haben gesagt, die wollen ja heute 7 Kapitel von dem Spiel zeigen und wir sind noch im ersten Kapitel.
Yeah, we noticed.
Spaß. Er war schon wieder scheiße.
You want to make that call, then you better not mess this up.
Die zeigen heute 7 Kapitel, es gibt 8 in dem
You
Spiel.
hang tight there, bud. When the time comes, I'll get you out of there. Rocket style if I got it.
Drax.
Oh, nicht schon wieder, ey.
Gamora, can you help me with this? What? Why?
To guarantee your safety as a leader.
Ah, come on.
Don't look at me, I ain't pulling.
YouTube, halt die Ohren zu.
Remember, buddy, menacing! Like me, only bigger.
I am Groot.
Not bad, not bad.
Ja, ist ja Open World, Japan. Valhalla und Immortal. Da kannst du ja dich selber entscheiden.
Before someone else wants to pull this thing.
You're 60 clicks from the fortress.
I'd say closer to 75.
You got this.
Nee, die werden nur einen Copyright-Claim machen. Die werden nur einen Copyright-Claim machen. Also das Musikstück, dass ich keine Werbeeinnahmen habe. Aber nerven tut's halt trotzdem. Ey, sag mal, jetzt zeigen sie hier den Endboss, oder was?
The audacity that you thought you could rob me, Dweller! Feast upon them!
Der 26. Oktober kommt aber noch für die alten Generationen, also PlayStation 4 und Xbox One kommt es auch noch raus.
Now we're going to revisit 2 iconic brands that are being remastered for modern platforms. First up, relive the classic games in the Final Fantasy series. And then get one more peek at Legend of Mana ahead of its June 24th launch.
Final Fantasy. Eins, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kommt auf Steam. 1 bis 6 kommt auf Steam, Leute. Und auf Handy. was? Auf der Switch hier. Ja, Doktor, was für dich? PlayStation 4, Square Enix, Legend of Mana.
Up next, Earth's mightiest heroes continue their fight to defend the world in Marvel's Avengers. The team at Crystal Dynamics is excited to share the latest updates with you, including new mission types and a growing roster of heroes.
Das ist doch das schlechte Spiel hier, oder?
Secure that super weapon at all costs. Cosmic energy is building up.
Every second counts, people. Keep it moving.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Gute Nacht, Lars. Schlaf schön. Schön, dass du da warst. Komm gut an morgen. Mit dem Flugzeug. Schön, dass du da warst und danke für dein Däumchen, Lars.
The world doesn't need it. AIM will save this world. I will save it.
There is no end to these crumbs. You don't understand what that cube is capable of.
I applaud your efforts to connect with your roots.
Ich und die Tasten, wir sind wieder im Krieg. Das ist Sarah wieder.
Who has seen
Schlaf gut.
3 Black Panthers fall. I must warn you of a few things.
Oh, was denn jetzt?
Many eyes follow the path you are about to walk down.
Black Panther, hä? Ist das Black Panther?
You just wanted to show off these suits.
Schlaf gut, Satan.
It is Claw.
Vibranium doesn't belong to you.
You are right. Vibranium does not belong to me. It belongs to Wakanda.
Geile Maske. Cosplay-Stream, Leute. Cosplay.
Now it's time to give mobile players a quick look at some of the games that will be available in the coming months.
Wow.
Good evening, 426. Our intelligence reports a new threat to global stability. Their reach is unlike anything we have seen before. Following Agent 47's disappearance, you were selected because of your remarkable skills.
Hitman auf dem Handy?
Execution must be perfect.
Hitman auf dem...
Strike from the shadows.
Auf dem Handy, oder?
And they will never know what hit them.
Toll, so ein Scheiß da wieder. Genshin Impact, hä? Nee. Doch nicht.
The first mobile entry in the Nier series. Nier Reincarnation.
WTF, auf dem Handy Nier. Ja. Dante, du hast es erfasst. Handy, Final Fantasy VII, neue Story fürs Handy aber nur.
Today, the team at Platinum Games is giving you an exclusive look at the epic world of Babylon's Fall, featuring fluid combat, powerful weapons, and a unique art style.
Hier, Dragon King, das Babylon's Fall kommt jetzt hier. Was du vorhin meintest.
Built over 1,000 years, it was meant to be a
das ist jetzt aber nicht mehr Handy.
Dreams. But for 1,000 more, it was seen as a tower of ruin. Persevering through fire and ice and the coldest of winds, eventually the tower became a symbol of unrelenting ambition. That tower's name is Babylon.
Does the savior of Neo-Babylon stand among us? Let's find out without further ado!
Coole Musik.
If I'm to die, then I'll die for hope, for what little hope there may be.
Seen through the veil at last, have you? We're all prisoners of our subjective reality.
Schlimm ist es nicht. Sarah, ich bin auch sehr spät erst eingedrungen durch die... Durch die Zuschauer bin ich erst zu Final Fantasy überhaupt gekommen. Final Fantasy VII Remake und das fand ich aber sehr gut. Und dann habe ich 15 als Spielewunsch gehabt. War auch nicht schlecht. Mal gucken, wie es weitergeht mit Final Fantasy VII. Also ich habe auch sehr spät erst angefangen mit Final Fantasy. Ich habe noch nicht mal eine Minute Star Wars gesehen. Das ist, glaube ich, viel schlimmer, glaube ich.
Ascend to the heaven above the tower of fall, like this one now before you.
Now begins its tale of both hope and despair.
Nö, das finde ich nicht, Marcel. Oh, PlayStation exklusiv. Und PC.
プラチナゲームズは本当にアクションという部分に関しては世界屈指のデベロッパーだと思ってますし、ニーオートマタでそれが証明できたんじゃないかなと思ってます。ニーオートマタのアクションをもっと楽しむためにどうしたらいいかって選ばれたジャンルがハック&スラッシュでしたので、このゲームのコンセプトは端的に言うとニーオートマタのアクションでハック&スラッシュというジャンルを楽しむということになります。もちろん一人でも遊べるんですけど、4人でダンジョンを攻略していくゲームになります。コンセプトについては、プレイヤーが、途切れない目標に向かって、アクション、追い求め続けることができると。プレイヤーは、ストーリーを追いながらダンジョンをクリアして上層を目指していくと。入手する装備や素材を集めて自身を強化してカスタマイズしていくと。ゲームのスタイルとしては、オーソドックスなハック&スラッシュという形ですね。ただ
アクションがスキルや強い力を引き出すためのトリガーになっているところがポイントかなと思ってます。プレイヤーの背中についているギデモコインというのがかなりキーアイテムとなっています。それによって、遊び方とかカスタマイズの方向性っていうのも変わってきます。
ハイファンタジー感というか、その上品さというところはすごい意識してくれっていうふうに言われましたね。
Was für ein Nobelhotel machen die in die Interviews, ey.
リアルに本当に存在している人たちがいるかのような感じは意識しました。
このゲームは運営型のゲームとして開発しています。発売後も定期的に新しいコンテンツを提供する予定です。
ようやく皆さんに改めてこういった形で発表できたこと、本当に私たちも嬉しくなっていますし、まさにこれから開発の佳境になっていくので、精一杯頑張っていきたいので、皆さんも引き続き応援よろしくお願いいたします。
Halbzeitchaos, danke. Ja, sieht vielleicht nicht schlecht aus, finde ich, Babylons Fall. Mal gucken.
Now let's check out the next major entry in the popular Life is Strange series.
Oh, Life is Strange.
Colors. The
Life
team
is
at Deck
Strange
9 is ready to give you a deeper look at Alex Chen's psychic power of empathy. But first, here's a look at the Life is Strange Remastered Collection.
Life is Strange, Leute.
So weird to be back. After 5 years, you're still Max Caulfield.
What do you remember about us as kids?
Das war auch cool, wo ich das gestreamt habe.
I think about
Die
us
drei
as little
Teile.
pirates running and jumping through Arcadia Bay.
We are awesome!
Also bei einer Comic-Grafik müssen die nur kein Remastered machen. Was soll das denn?
Or take my picture with your new camera.
Bei so einer Comic-Grafik machen die ein Remastered. Also
That's
wirklich.
Rachel Amber. After my dad died and you moved, I felt abandoned. Oh, good, you're here. Rachel saved my life. She was my angel. Something happened to her. We have to find her, Max. Holy shit. Max, what's going on? No!
Whoa. I discovered I could reverse time.
What the hell is this? Whatever's going on between us is special.
Step back before you regret it.
Get in, Max! Then I realized I had a choice and the power to change everything.
Arcadia Bay is on the edge of disaster. Time to change time.
Whatever happens, I'll always have your back. Always.
Hi, I'm Maya, also known as MXMTune. I'm a musician and the singing voice of Alex Chen in the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. I hope you enjoyed that first look at official gameplay from the remastered collection. As a longtime fan, I know I did. You can see the love and care that Deck 9 have put into remastering both Life is Strange and Before the Storm. This collection features improved character animation, lip sync, and visuals, breathing new life into these two beloved games. Back in March, we also revealed the next major game in the series, Life is Strange True Colors, a small-town supernatural mystery. Alex Chen must uncover the truth behind her brother's death, using her psychic power of empathy to unravel the shocking secrets of Haven Springs. Today, we have a first look at Alex's unique power in action. Here's game director Zach Garris for more.
Alex's psychic power of empathy is integral to the story of Life is Strange True Colors. It impacts every relationship she builds and every decision she makes.
Never thought I'd have a freaky empath friend.
For years, Alex has been unable to shut out the strong feelings of others, the fear, sadness, and anger of those around her, leading her to believe her power is a curse. In the wake of Gabe's death, Alex realizes the only way she can find the truth is to embrace her power.
I can't believe this is happening. And the only way to understand is to feel what he's feeling.
From the very start, you can use Alex's power to focus on brightly colored auras to gain an insight into people's emotions.
Gabe was too young. Just too
These valuable insights deepen Alex's relationships with the folk of Haven Springs, as well as sparking new dialogue options and events, as here from a scene very early on in the game.
You're gonna lose her. You're gonna lose her, and it's all your fault.
Alex has uncovered a secret that Mac wants to keep hidden from his long-term girlfriend, and now he is terrified that Alex will reveal it before he can talk to Riley.
She's the best thing that's ever happened to me. So please, help me out.
Mac's telling you a whole lot of bullshit. Thanks for telling me the truth, Alex.
Are we still together?
Are you serious? I need to get back to work.
Sure, Alex, we'll get out of your way.
When Alex encounters a particularly strong aura, she can reach out to actively connect with that person's emotions. This generates a nova, a supernatural flare that transforms the world around Alex into a reflection of that person's psyche. In this altered, emotionally charged state, Alex can experience fragments of thoughts and memories to get to the root of their issue. But not every emotional crisis can be easily dealt with. Some carry a dangerous, even life-threatening amount of power.
Hat am Ende aber viel Part verloren.
I wish I were too.
No decision is easy.
Ebenfalls Katashi. Mach's gut, schlaf gut, danke für dein Däumchen. Bis morgen, wenn du Lust hast auf Immortals. 19 Uhr geht's los. Bis morgen wieder in die Uni, ey. Ich hab gar keinen Bock.
I could just take it away.
Using Alex's powers the only way you can uncover the truth behind her brother's death.
What would that do to her? What would it do to me? And even if I can,
ja, ne, Maurice?
Should I?
How far will you go in pursuit of that truth? The choice is yours.
Alex's powers look so awesome. I have no idea how I'll make some of these choices, but I can't wait to play it with you all when it comes out on September 10th. Don't forget, you can pre-order Life is Strange True Colors now. And if you choose the Ultimate Edition, you'll also receive the Life is Strange Remastered Collection. And that's it for today. Make sure to follow the Life is Strange social channels for more.
And now, we are excited to unveil a brand new title from Square Enix Japan.
Oh, neuer Titel von Square Enix Japan. Japan, Doktor, Dragon King, alles wieder, Christian, alles wieder für euch hier.
I'm here to kill chaos. That's my mission.
Die Ninja. Sind doch nie von...
like chaos has been waiting for us.
Von,
You gonna make us
Neo.
go in there and find you?
Guess we'll just show ourselves in.
Ist das ein Final Fantasy Teil?
I only know one thing. I want to kill chaos. I need to. It's not a hope or a dream. It's like a hunger.
Oder Devil May Cry?
Thirst.
Keine Ahnung.
Move aside! You're dust!
You sure chaos is here?
Yeah, they can only squash monsters for so long. I hate doing pest control.
This is the shrine of chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down.
Feel the pain!
The darkness is so thick I can taste it. This is it. No doubt.
Die already!
There was a knight who left on the same journey as you, but never returned. His name was Garland. If you could, I would be grateful if you looked for him.
Chaos.
I'll crush you! Know when you're beaten!
And who are you? We're here to kill chaos.
The prophecy's very own warriors of light.
Real.
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garland!
No. I become chaos.
Chaos Pipes und Dr. Chaos wollen die töten. Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy. Coming 2002. Auch für die Xbox. Demo nur auf 5.
I'll leave you with a look at some of the amazing Square Enix titles you can play now, as well as those to come.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but
Just hit me with it.
we're gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
Warum haben die davon nichts gezeigt von Forspoken? Ist das schon draußen?
It's all or nothing.
Sah ganz interessant aus.
No, of course I will. I'll call you.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep an eye out for news about our next Square Enix Presents. I'm Matt Mercer. See you next time. Next time.
Was?
IGN's Summer of Gaming has officially partnered with E3 2021 for the ultimate team-up. From
war's?
direct access to the major gaming press conferences at E3 2021, with exclusive gameplay and reveals, to exciting first looks at the hottest new games, IGN's Summer of Gaming has it all. Today is E3 Day 2, and up next, Square Enix is here to hopefully serve up some answers, because we have so many
Geht noch weiter.
questions. But we get another look at Final Fantasy 16? Actually, hold on, Square Enix. You can't have a new Final Fantasy until you finish the last one you started. Where's the rest of Final Fantasy 7 Remake? Which Marvel heroes will Avengers assemble next? Also, Outriders had an explosive launch. Is there DLC on the way? And hey, what's Lara Croft doing these days? Y'all need to let us know if she's about to raid a tomb soon. Well, if you're looking for answers to these questions and more, the Square Enix E3 presentation is a good place to start. I'm being told that our coverage is actually starting right meow.
Ah, jetzt geht's los. Oder was?
Well, here we go.
Hey there, that was the Square Enix Presents E3 presentation right here on IGN Summer of Gaming 2021. I'm Max Scoville, and joining me right now to attempt to break down everything we just saw, but more likely to just kind of nerd out about JRPGs and superheroes, please welcome my esteemed colleagues Mitchell Saltzman, Zach Ryan, and Cam Hawkins.
Square Enix Post-Show, also ist vorbei.
We're getting a new Guardians of the Galaxy game in just a few months. This was kind of amazing. They managed to keep this cat from getting out of the bag, or rather raccoon, I guess. Who wants to go first? Raise your hand.
Da oben in anderthalb Stunden, Pöppel, aber die streame ich nicht.
Now go.
Die werde ich nicht
I'll go
streamen,
ahead and
Pöppel.
start.
Okay, go ahead.
So first things first.
Die geht erst in anderthalb Stunden los, die
That this
PC
game
Gaming
is
Show.
coming out in October. Like, cannot believe that they've managed to keep this a secret to the extent that they can announce a release date
Wir reden
a
jetzt
few
nur noch
months
über das
out
Gezeigte, ja,
and
dann
be
ist
ready
vorbei
for it.
jetzt.
Like, that is so awesome. Overall, I think this looks pretty interesting.
Dann ist jetzt vorbei.
I think we talked a little bit while we were watching the show. I'm not like wild about the character design, but I think that the actual game itself, I think that the
Hat's euch
dialogue
gefallen?
in between the characters is really cool.
Gute
I'm
Nacht,
stoked.
Marcel.
I'm ready for a Guardians
Schlaf
game,
schön.
and I think
Schön, dass
this
du da
could be a
warst.
really
Wir machen
good
jetzt auch
one.
nicht mehr so lange.
I think
Boah,
another
bitte
thing
schon
that
live.
we brought up, just sorry, really quick, is that it kind of
Der
gives
ist mein
us like
Favorit
Mass
dieses
Effect-y
heute
vibes, not
gewesen,
in
ja,
the way
meiner
that it
auch.
was like an RPG,
Mit
but in the
Age of
way that
Empires
there's a lot
4
of banter
und
between the
Diablo
characters,
2
there's a lot
Remake,
of
das es für die
emphasis on
Xbox
choice,
kommt.
there's a lot of, in combat, you're telling your squad
Schlaf
mates
gut,
to do
Daniel.
different things. So I was all about that. I thought that seemed really, really cool.
Yeah, it's neat. It's kind of got that
you know, it's like Mass Effect with the sort of brainy stuff stripped out of it. Like it's you know, the Guardians are kind of like the crew of the Normandy, but like a little bit dumber and goofier. So it's kind of a good setup there. Cam, a lot of people were talking about the designs. What did you make of those?
Yeah,
Die Xbox-Show hat mir einen Ticken besser gefallen als das hier, weil die zu viel an den einzelnen Spielen rumgehubelt haben. Bei Marvel haben sie ja fast alles hier, bei Guardians of the Galaxy, da haben sie ja irgendwie ein Kapitel irgendwie gespoilert fast. Ja, für mich so richtig, also bei Square Enix nicht. Aber bei
Drax kind of similar
Xbox
to that.
Bethesda
Looks kind of like that, but to be fair, like some of those characters you can't
Stalker
really
2.
make a whole lot of difference in those characters.
Age of Empires 4,
in a way that
Diablo
like still
2 Remake.
feels true to their character
War schon
because they have a relatively simplistic design. So I'm not like really. It's not like a turn off, but I definitely wish that it was different.
I will
say, mal eine Idee, ob wir nichts zocken. Ja, ich würde es auf Steam mal spielen wollen, diese alten Final Fantasy Teile, aber wie gesagt, alles
got a very nice Dante vibe to him.
Yeah, Mitchell, you're a big fan of hack and slash and action games. Tell us about the
combat
combat
ist auch scheiße, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, so you know, it's a third-person action game. What was really surprising is that you only control Star-Lord, it seems like. So, like I mentioned, it does have that kind of Mass Effect vibe where you are kind of
länger auf die
giving
Folter
orders
spannen heute.
to your teammates,
Es ist ja
telling
alles
them to do their
gesagt.
very specific
Wir waren ja auch heute
skills.
Mittag schon mit dem Retro-Sonntag live.
You know,
Es ist ja hier jetzt alles gesagt in der Show. Also es waren ein paar Schmankerl, waren vor allen Dingen bei der Xbox Bethesda Show dabei.
Has hover boots, so he can kind of float around.
Das
Marvel
Guardians of the Galaxy,
das pretty solid
ist auch ein
base for
Spiel, denke ich. Werde ich mir auch zulegen und am Stream.
You can slide on the ground. So yeah,
Dann
it
würde ich
seems
mal
like
vorschlagen.
it's hitting all the checkboxes in terms of what you would expect to do with the Guardians
Wünsche ich euch eine gute
of the
Nacht.
Galaxy.
I said it
Und was
earlier,
Schönes.
but
Ich
when
bedanke
we
mich
were
fürs
watching it,
Zusehen.
but like I would be willing to bet that we at least get
Und wer
some
Lust hat,
time with
morgen
each of these
auf
characters. I think
Immortals Phoenix Rising,
Star-Lord is
19
Star
Uhr
Wars.
geht's weiter.
I think Star-Lord is
Normaler
probably the main
Streamplan,
playable
19 Uhr
character,
Immortals.
obviously, but
Schlaf gut,
I bet you,
träum schön.
like, you know,
Danke für
like
eure
in The Last of
Däumchen.
Us or something where you,
Danke für die
wear
Spenden
somebody
und die
else's
neuen
shoes for a little
Abonnenten.
bit. I bet you we
Danke
get
für die
15 to
Resubs.
20 minutes
Sehr
somewhere
lieb.
in this campaign with
Macht's
each of these
gut.
characters
Schlaf
because
gut.
it is an ensemble
Ciao.
cast. Like you know, you want to spend that time with each of these characters, maybe doing a little solo mission or something.
One other thing that I wanted to touch on is at the very end of the little combat section, they have like this super mode activate where they start playing Bad Reputation and all the cooldowns. You know, there's no more cooldowns for all your abilities. That seemed like a lot of